I'm just trying to see which was my best side. Don't think I have one. Yeah, how you doing? Where you from? Where you from? Oh, I'm watching the football. We don't have anybody to commentate on the football or to present on football tonight. So I thought I could sit here, 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and I could tell you what's happening in the football. Full time in the Premier League. Bournemouth beat Liverpool. So Liverpool on a bit of a come down from the 7-0 from last week or the week before, whatever it was. Goal, Everton 1, Brentford 0. Dwight McNeil in the first minute. Tottenham apparently were winning, and now they're not. So that's still 0-0. I don't know how that works. We're just chalking goals off for a laugh now. So Wanda's away with Leah and Chantel. They've gone to watch Disney on Ice at the... Don't know where it is. Wembley Arena. They asked me kindly if I would like to go, and I politely declined, saying that I thought it'd be Birmingham 1, Rotherham 0. Who gives a shit? I politely declined the invite to Disney on Ice, as I didn't feel it was really my thing. Don't generally do a lot of lives on a Saturday afternoon, not expecting a huge influx of people. So I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to waffle on for 5 hours. So, yeah, let me just go through the few comments we have. Thomas is in. Late. I was late. I ordered a McDonald's because I thought I'm too lazy to fucking cook. So I ordered a McDonald's and I needed to get rid of it. What's everyone's go-to car snack when on a long journey? On a long journey, I don't tend to eat. Well, I like a bottle of Dr. Pepper if I'm driving. So just to keep the spirits up, you know. So Scottish Cup, if anyone cares. Hearts 0, Celtic 3. That's in the quarterfinals. With Jeff Stelling showing his rail card for some reason. Hello, Brad. How are you? Hope I'm having a great weekend. I've done a couple of reviews while Wanda's been away this afternoon, so they're all in the bank. One's going to come out tomorrow, which I think people will enjoy. We've got loads of stuff. Got loads of stuff coming. Wanda's filmed another food video. I've got to sit and edit that. I've got Hugo. He's over there, fast asleep. So I hope everyone's having a good weekend. What's been everybody's highlight of the week so far? Hi Scott, how are you? And what are you up to today? Well, do you know what? I've had an easy day, mate. To be fair, so the girls have gone off to London to watch Disney on Ice. Stevenage 1, Walsall 0. The Northern correspondent has just sent me a message on Instagram. He feels bad for saying this. Really enjoyed Arcade Maid and Blackheart. David Thompson, both very good beers. It doesn't pay me to say it. I would like breweries to make decent beer. I don't like if I pay money for beer and they're not very good. We can all debate the whys and wherefores of Brewdog. You know, I don't agree with their politics, but they employ a hell of a lot of staff. If people stop buying their beer just because they don't like their politics, those people lose their jobs. That's the way I look at it. Hope you're all right, David. Adam, how are you, mate? Alan Mead, Mrs. Mead, you forgot the classic Italy 3, mate. Do you know what? Apparently, I was looking at my Sky box and it was recording something. I'm like, what the bloody hell is it recording? And it was recording bloody rugby. I don't watch rugby. I don't profess to understand rugby. So that was a bit of a half time. Oh, come on, Italy. Who let Alan in? Car snack question. Snack-sized Scotch eggs. I'm not a fan of Scotch eggs. I'm going to be completely honest. It's not something. I like egg. I like egg with something. So even like on a breakfast, if I have like a fried egg or a scrambled egg, I'll always mix it or I'll place it with something else. I like eggs. I just don't like eggs on their own. I have to have either another flavour or another texture with it, if that makes sense. So I don't think I've ever had a Scotch egg. Just the texture alone would put me off. Hello, June. How are you? How's the old doofus? Just keep an eye on things from Wanda. Yeah, she told me I've got to behave, apparently. I don't know what she means. I don't get into any trouble. Ever. Never been in any trouble. And certainly not on YouTube. So I think it's a bit harsh. Can't be, mate. It's obviously it's quiet, without Wanda moaning at me. It's quiet. Obviously, I've been looking after Hugo, so it's not really quiet, but it's been nice to hang on. Reading 0, Millwall 1. I'm going to try and pronounce his name. It was a penalty. Andreas Vogelslammer. Yeah, Andreas as Portsmouth 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Josh Windass, bastard. Sterling Albion 0, Bonnie Rig Rose 1. Leicester 0, Chelsea 1. Ben Chilwell. I bet Dave's fucking pleased. June Van, hello, long time no speak. Hope you and your lot are keeping well. Everyone's saying hello. Like, share, subscribe. Hello, Philby Trill. How are you? How are you doing? What are you drinking? Is anybody drinking? I should be drinking and partaking later, but at the moment I'm on Coke Zero. Let you know. What else have I done today? I've done a review of that hot cross bun pale that's in new into Tesco's. That'll come next week sometime. I didn't drink it. It went down the sink. I was not giving away the outcome of the video. It's just I reviewed it at 2 o'clock and I didn't want to finish it off, so it went down the sink. And I've done something with the Nitro surge because I can get my £22 worth. Trilby Scott. Right, so what's this? Adam. Have you seen the new home bargains offerings? Rugby. I'll start that again. Put my teeth in, Adam. Right, here we go. Have you seen the new home bargains offerings? Rudgate Fresh Hop. I haven't seen that. Oak and Bitter. I might have seen that. Brewdog's 5 AM Saint and the 7.4% Red Rye IPA. The 7.4 Red Rye IPA, Albino Squid Assassin. I've done it. It's there. It'll be out next week. So yeah, I had been in. That's what I went in for because I knew Albino Squid Assassin was in Home Bargains, Adam. So yeah, I've picked that up. I know it's not a new beer. It's been around for about 7-8 years, Albino Squid Assassin. But I've got a feeling I have had that on tap, but I can't place it. And at $1.29 a can, I thought I'm going to take a punt on that. So it's been quite Brewdog heavy. I don't care. It's my channel. I do what I want. But Dad, Scotch egg is mixed bread, sausage, meat wrapped round the eggs. So you're telling me just because I've got a texture problem with eggs that's going to make it better. You're not selling it to me. Oh, I've got Burnley 1, a Wigan 0. Alan McNally. Oh, fuck it. I'm interested. I don't get political. I'm not very. I am obviously. We've all got political leanings and things that we think about. I'm interested in what you people think about the Gary Lineker situation. I got he blocked me on Twitter. I had a personal Twitter account. I haven't got it anymore. I shut it down about 6 years ago. But he blocked me on Twitter many years ago for calling him a biased, jugged C. And he took a little bit of offence to it. I don't understand why. So he's never been my favourite. I just think he's a jumped up arsehole anyway. But interested in people's opinions on Gary Lineker. I'm sorry. Trilby Phil says, I take Scotch Eds to work. I love them. We don't want Millwall in the Premier League. No, even Millwall don't want Millwall. Hang on, I'm just going to go through the scores. We have Forest Green 1, Bristol Rovers 0, Charlie Savage in the 12th minute. Burnley 1, Wigan 0, Nathan Teller. Sounds like Nutella. Nutella. Oxford 1, Derby 0, Sam Long. He's probably quite short. Stevenage 2, a Walsall 0, Luke Norris on the 14th minute, or in the 14th minute. Or on the whatever. Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 0, Joel Pirro, and the 15th, on the in or on. What's your thoughts on match of the day? Oh, sorry, yeah. Apparently tonight they're actually going to show. For me, to be fair, I haven't. I gave up on the Premier League many years ago. Actually, when Pompey was still in it, and I gave my season ticket up. And it's I just not money ruined it. So I stopped watching the Premier League. I stopped watching Match of the Day. I used to like Match of the Day. I used to get up on a Sunday morning and watch Match of the Day. When I don't know if they still do that. So I used to love it, but I've never been a fan of Gary Lineker. I get the solidarity of everybody walking out. Maybe it's the shake-up it needs. Actually, to concentrate on the football and not have people with overinflated self importance just droning on, a bit like myself. Snack size. If I'm driving, has anyone seen that new tiny Rebel beer? Looks like sick. To be fair, it probably tastes like sick as well. Any more goals? Pirro, I'm gonna butcher that name. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Watford 0. Tim, here we go. Tim scored in the 15th minute. Peterborough 0, Cheltenham 1, Tom Bradbury 15th minute. Is that the 11th birthday beer? Because Paul Beer Reviews did one, so I don't know if it was that. I don't know. Do you know what? Tiny Rebel, they're sad. Sad to see Tiny Rebel what they've become. Adjunct heavy rubbish. Very, very. Clyde 1, Queen of the South 0, Eric Sula. Just sad. Really, really sad. Mersey, only the big ones for it. Oh, Phil looks a big one. Thought you were joking when you said you were going to be replacing Gary Wanker. I text Dave saying I was doing the football scores. Message him on WhatsApp. I'm allowed to tell people I'm just want to sit and watch this. So it's 3:19. 19 minutes past 3. We've got Tottenham 1, Nottingham Forest 0. Harry Kane, who I think I upset Ian Skillcorn. People might know Ian Skillcorn, who's a commenter when I said that he was the most overrated player I've ever seen. And obviously Ian's a Tottenham fan. So, I just don't rate him. Oh yeah, I'm fine. Hello, I'm Mondo. How are you? I'm feeling much better, thank you. I sort of right-sided stroke and my ear was going mad, but yeah, all better. Well, as good as I'm going to be. Why am I 47, 48 in July? Ain't going to get you better, mate. It's all downhill now, ain't it? Right, okay, so yeah, Scott, but don't think Albino Squid Assassin has been brewed for at least 2 or 3 years. What I liked about it, Adam, is they haven't dicked around with the can. They've kept the old can art, which is completely, unless you know that that's Brewdog, you would know it's a Brewdog beer. It just says it in a little bit of red writing at the bottom, so they haven't fucked around with the can art, and I liked it. I think it's a nice beer. I was giving it away now, but I thought it was right. Yeah, that's the one I went in for. I picked up. They've got a Stewart Brewing or 71 Brewing chocolate. No, it's not chocolate. It's a salted caramel porter. I picked that up for Wanda as well. Just so it didn't look like I was just going in for myself, if I'm honest. Are you going to do some Patrick's Day parade on Friday? We're away. I can't say that. Me and Wanda are going on a little mini honeymoon Wednesday. We've been married a year next Sunday, so we're going away for a few days. But then we're coming back, and then we're doing something else. A bit cryptic, really, isn't it? So I don't know what's happening Friday. Yeah, the answer is no. The short answer is no, David. I've just made it sound like I'm thinking about it because I haven't got an Irish setter. I haven't got anything that's Irish. I've got a can of Guinness in the fridge. Does that count? So no. Are you? Pardon me. Sorry, just have a sweet. Happy Saturday, Scott. Hello, Geordie. How are you? Hope you and Wanda are well. We are very well. Stupendously well. Phil Smith has just sent me a message on WhatsApp. I think I'm allowed to share it. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that what actually it looks like, Phil? Fucking Jesus. That was one of the range they did like that. The Monster. There was another one. I saw Rob Hopsine did it. I know JB from Northern Southern Beer Reviews has done a load of them as well. That looks minging, man. Jesus. Yeah, and they ain't cheap as well. They jumped on the same the Vocation gravy train for me. Obviously, Vocation released those celebrations beers at Christmas, and I think that was Tiny Rebel trying to be clever, but it's really sad. So I used to really like Tiny Rebel. There's some really good beers from there. Stay Puffed, their porter, marshmallow porter is decent even today. Their I think it was their 8th birthday mixing box was really good, but they've just, mate, it's just a shower of shit. Anyway, Jordan, yeah, I hope you're keeping well, mate. We're doing all right. Thank you. Choke on a big one while driving. Brad says, Alan McMuff. Wow. Hang on. There's an update on the scores. Forest Green 1, Bristol Rovers 1, John Marquis. He used to play for Pompey. Traitor. Burton 2, Wickham 0, Joe Powell on the 18. Adrionians 1, Kelty Hearts, stupid name, 0, and that's Gabrielle McGill, 19 minutes. Peterborough 0, Cheltenham 2, Alfie May what? Alfie May, what's it going to do? 21. Oxford 1, Derby 1, so a derby of equalising. That's Louis Sibley in 23 minutes, on 23 minutes, within the 23rd minute. Is what it is. Lineker is a prick. I don't disagree with that. I've never liked him. Fantastic. I mean, was he a fantastic footballer, or did he just not move around a lot and poke the ball in the net? Brilliant over about 4 yards. Just reviewed Orange Wheat from Tailgate Brewery. That's in Home Bargains as well, isn't it? I always get confused with Home Bargains and B&M. Yeah, I didn't pick that up. I know, who did I? Somebody said that was really good. Can't remember who I saw. Was it JB? Has JB done that? Can't remember. Lineker shags crisps. Allegedly. Can't, if you put allegedly, then you'll be fine with that, Geordie. Eddie, how are you doing, mate? Eddie, right. I am your beers. I've reviewed a few of them. They're coming. I do apologise. I've been a bit busy this week, so they are coming. Mate. Thank you ever so much for the beers you sent. I want to sort something out with you at some point. It's just trying to find time within our lives to sort something out is a bit a miss at times. So, but if you don't subscribe to the Hop House, go give Eddie some love. Because he sent some Salopian beers. So I've done a couple of them, but it's just getting around to getting things sorted, mate. So hope you're keeping well, buddy. BBC should pack the Premier League in there. Do you know what? Any more goals gone in? No. I just think that match of the day is an outdated. I think it's an outdated format. I think the format is so dated now that it shows. And Lineker's just a twat, isn't he? Afternoon, Scott. I was supposed to be in Chester this afternoon, but more snow has messed it up, so few in the house instead. We've had absolutely zero snow in Portsmouth. I drove off to work the other day. I drove to Bracknell. Did I go to Bracknell? Or did I go to Aldershot? No, I went to Bracknell. And it was snowing. We're very lucky in Portsmouth. We've got the South Downs, and that protects us. So it's like a microclimate. Everywhere else is snowed in. We've got fucking sunshine. So it always drives Wanda mad because Wanda loves the snow. I'm not a massive fan. Forest 1, Bristol Rovers 2. Easy to say, Scott Sinclair. Well, almost fucked it up, to be fair, but there you go. Yeah, so we're a little microclimate, so we don't get a lot of snow. I know Dave messages me most mornings saying whether it's snowing or raining, and yeah, we get very, very snow very, very rarely in Pompey. Hope you're keeping well, Jack. Which Tim scored? I couldn't say his name, mate. You know, yeah, it's like just a jump. It's like someone got a load of Scrabble letters and thrown them all up in the air. They landed and that made his name. So I couldn't. Yeah. Northern correspondent, how you doing, mate? I saw your message. I did send you a message. Did I send you a message back? Oh no. This is me replying. Yeah. Done. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it. I think Premier League now being shown on terrestrial. Doncaster won, not the real Wimbledon won. Harrison Biggins. Stupid name that is. Wigan, Omar Rekic. Sounds like a bloody comedy character. Second bookable offence, he's off, gone. I think Premier League not being shown on terrestrial TV, even just the highlights, would be a damn shame. Match of the day is bigger than Gary Lineker. I agree with that. I just think that the match of the day format, Adam, is an outdated thing. I get people, I mean, it's been around for what? 60, 70 years, I suppose, something like that. 50 years, I don't bloody know. But I just think it needs updating a little bit. I mean, the last time I watched it, it was the same. I don't know how they update it, but yeah. And obviously Ian Wright and all that have all thrown their toys out of the pram and sort of walked out as well, which they have every right to do. Benjamin, how are you? Good afternoon. Don't look a day over 59, Scott. Thanks, mate. Don't feel it. Here we go. I've got me one of those Guinness Nitro Surge today. Bought into the hype because it was the last one. I tell you what, they are selling really well. I went up to Tesco's earlier to buy some beer for later, and they are selling. You know, it's not a cheap bit of it's not a cheap gadget, but It is selling. You can't say it isn't. So there's a market for it, and obviously the Guinness Nitro Surge draft cans, they are really good. And I'm not. I'll tell you, I've done the Guinness Guinness Draft Nitro Surge versus Brewdog's Black Heart through the Surger as well. I did it. I did it this afternoon about 1 o'clock. They're both set in the fridge. I haven't drank them. They're both set in the fridge for later. It is a really good bit of kit. How long? Obviously, I put it on the video went out yesterday. I did it in the week. I put it on the can of Brewdog's layer cake. So I think you can just. I've done another stupid little video with it. Where I put it on something else. I think you can play around with it, and I think if before it ends up as a dust gatherer in the drawer, I want to get my money's worth out of it, and just have a bit of fun with it. At the end of the day, beer should be fun anyway, There's two. Oh, hang on, here we got Stevenage 2, Walsall 1, many month. Stupid name that is. Charlton 0, Accrington 1, Sean Wally. West Brom 1, Huddersfield 0, John Swift. Adrianians 2, Kelty Hearts 0. Jack Milne has scored an own goal. He'll be fucking bin next week, won't he? What do you think of it? Have you used it yet, Ben? Mondo says, silver wedding for me on Tuesday. I'd raise a glass of beer, mate, but that's later. So, cheers, mate. Congratulations. That's hell of a do. Well, my first marriage lasted. I think it was about 4 years, but it lasted 2 before we actually split up. Me and Wanda are halfway to that. That's all the bits of fat people they used as adjuncts. Oh man, that looked horrible, didn't it? Bear with, just chatting to someone better than you lot. It's a fucking joke. How do I send that? Hang on. Bear with. Please, beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. StreamYard. How do I invite a guest? Do that. Do that. Copy. 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 All set, mate. Surely they can't sell that, mate. Was that your can, or was that horrendous? Who told me? I think it was David Thompson actually. It was in Tesco. So Tesco have got about 8 new beers actually. Because they've put in. Right. They've put Guava Have Faith back into Tesco, and that was in. I think that was in Morrison's. The Guava Have Faith, and it was one that had fucking great lumps of sediment in it. And that was probably one of the worst looking beers. I think I did it with Dean on a live, and it was fucking shocking. So yeah, that's back. Take care, dude. Off to do another beer review. Is it too early? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, mate. Let ITV have the Premier League. Didn't they have it for a little while when it went over there? And I can't remember who was presenting it, but he went with them, and it was rubbish. Can't remember. What's your thoughts on match of the day? You might well find out in a minute because he's about to come on. Greetings, Barry from Staggering. I'd imagine that's quite busy because Pompey are home to. Score update: Annan Athletic 0, Elgin City 1, Kane Hester, Doncaster 2, not the real Wimbledon 1, George Miller, Leicester 0, Chelsea 2, João Felix on the 34, FC Edinburgh 0, Alloa 1, Luke Donnelly. We're caught up on the scores. Hello, Baz. What are you on, mate? What are you drinking that's staying really good? Hello. Well, that's nice. A bit rude. How dare you? How dare you?
How are we?
Insulting me.
I do. Oh, what's happened now? What have I fucking pressed? Go back.
And that was the Blue Van Man. He's a very brief. Absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. All right. Technology is not your strong point, is it?
I pressed the wrong button. I've got fat fingers.
You're getting no judgment here, Dave. There's no judgment.
Won't have any.
Someone's just asked. Ben's asked, Dave. I thought I'd done.
Ben's asked.
Yes.
Ben's asked.
Ben's asked. What's your thoughts on match of the day?
Wow.
Just wait for my fucking channel to be demonetized. That's gone, isn't it?
Well, this is the problem nowadays, isn't it? This is the actual problem. If you do actually speak your mind on what you think, you're screwed, ain't you?
You're buggered. You're buggered, mate.
I personally think now that BBC should just fuck the Premier League off, let ITV buy it, or Channel 4, or Channel 5, or I don't know, Amazon or whoever, and tough. Because when all's said and done, you look at these things, right? Bricklayers, carpenters, van drivers, and that, they're needed all over the place. How many people do you need to present football shows?
Well, they need at least one. To be fair, they need at least one, otherwise the channel they don't go on like all that long because they've all walked out.
No, but bring back Alan Hansen.
I used to love Alan Hansen, to be fair. He was the most miserable bastard, but he knew what he was talking about. Well,
exactly.
Apart from when he said you can't win it, they're never going to win anything with kids, and then they went on to win the league.
That was all a ploy.
What have you been up to today? What have you been up to, mate? Anything?
I've been over and had a word with a bloke called Ken. Put him straight.
Oh fuck me.
We've had
has he still got his legs after June had a word with him?
Yeah, he's still got his legs. I think we explained the situation and he was a little bit sad about it in the end. So there you go. I'll tell you more later on WhatsApp.
Okay, don't share it.
Keep it to yourself though, all right?
Yeah. Trilby Phil says, I'm good, Barry. Talking about Barry. And we've got his score updates. Chesterfield 1, Yeovil 0. That's Paul McCallum. Colchester 0, Stockport 1. Ross Draper, he's in the shit. He's been sent off for LVC. Adrianians, I'll tell you what, Kelty Hearts are shit. They're 3-0 down. And Hartlepool 1, Northampton 0. Josh, it's Josh. Josh has scored. Because I can't say his other name.
Is there any? Do you know what? I was just thinking. Right, I was reading I was listening to you read the goal scorers coming through, and like there's an array of names, isn't there? Of different people, different nationalities, different cultures, and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what the fuck was Lineker on about?
Oh, hang on, one for you, Dave. Leicester 1, Chelsea 1. Patson Daka.
Who?
Patson Daka.
Oh yeah. He apparently was going to be replacing Vardy. So
he's scored a goal in the third.
He fucking ought to.
Now, is it in the 39th minute? Is it on the 39th minute, or is it just 39 minutes?
Well, I'm just glad it's in the back of the net.
Yeah. But yeah, 1-1. Luke John, greetings and salutations. How you do it? Caucasian Sasquatch. Now that is a name.
It is. That is. And it's a steady photo as well, profile picture.
I can't see that.
It's a monkey thing.
I should go and get my glasses, really. Fucking useless. Oh, hello. Home Alone as well. The missus is out on a spa weekend with her mum, meeting up with my mate for a curry and a beer.
Oh, dear.
What curry are you having? Gary Lineker was only player to shat his pants in the World Cup.
Sat on the pitch, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's something to tell the grandkids about, I suppose.
Yeah, fuck him. Fucking.
I always think it's quite funny, Dave. Because obviously, in Leicester, he's a Leicester legend. Leicester legend, but you hate him.
Don't like him. I don't like him, to be honest. No, I didn't really like him at Leicester when he played for Leicester. I can remember once my dad took me to my dad didn't take me out very often, and he took me to a window exhibition in Leicester because my dad fitted double glazing. And Lineker were there, and I went up, grabbed this piece of paper, asked him to sign it, and he was like, no, just a complete, oh, I'm here, everybody. I think I'd rather go and talk to a window now than Lineker, fucking big-eared twat.
Did you rate him as a player, Dave? Or was he was in the right place at the right time? But just suppose what his talent was, but...
Well, I mean, yeah, that was his job, weren't it? His job was to score goals, and he did score goals. Yeah, I mean, he had a talent, didn't he? But I don't know whether he'd be Alan Shearer, play anywhere, body on the line, everything.
Well,
Gary Lineker.
He was the complete centre forward, wasn't he? Alan? Yeah. I mean, that's coming for somebody. Obviously, he used to play for Southampton, but I can put that aside and say, do you know what? As a complete number 9. Probably one of the am I going to say it? Probably the best number 9 we've ever had in this country.
Yeah, modern day number 9. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Where Lineker was good out about 6 yards out. He put the ball in it.
Well, I had a look on YouTube. I don't know if you've heard of this thing called YouTube. It's a very nice, welcoming place. And I had a look at Lineker's 10 greatest goals, and there were a fair few outside of the box and that. I mean, but when you look at Shearer and Lineker, no comparison.
I think he told me when he went to Barcelona and they played him on the wing.
Should have played him fucking selling them little cow things, them when he fucking bullfighters, them Toronto
cow things.
Yeah. Taurus, whatever it is. You all know what I mean.
Jack Millwood says, I'm very well, thank you. Very interesting. Yeah, we've got like a microclimate in Pompey, so it very rarely snows here. It can be snowing all over the country, and we get absolutely nothing. I live in Wales, and the snow has ruined our plans we made 3 months ago. Oh, sorry to hear that, mate. I said we're going away for a few nights on Wednesday. I'm hoping we're not in the same position, pal, to be fair, because...
Wales?
No, I'm not going to Wales. I'm going to Wales. I am actually going to Wales. I need to plan it, because Leah and Chantel... You've seen that big zip line, Dave, that goes over the gorge?
Yeah, Ant and Dec went on it, didn't they?
Yeah, well, Leah and Chantel have bought me that, so I've got to go and do that at some point.
What, they've bought you the whole thing, or just the day?
No, they've bought me the whole thing. So I want to go try and get that done. It's probably May, June time. So I'm looking forward to that. I was supposed to do it. I think I was supposed to do it last year, but the thing ran out. They bought it for me, and then it obviously during lockdown I couldn't get it done. So it was I'm looking forward to that. It'll be fun. Might make a video of me buying.
I want to see somebody on that zip wire. You know, it's like going down about 200 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Right? I want to see somebody hit in the face with a pigeon.
Yeah, that'd be me. There'd probably be some. To be fair, I'll probably have a little sniper rifle pointed at me as I'm going over it. No beers today, Scott. I've got beer. There is beer. I am a bit reticent at drinking at sort of 3 o'clock. I've done a couple of reviews. One I poured away. Not that it wasn't a decent beer. I just didn't want to finish it off. And I've done the Guinness draft Nitro Surge versus the Black Heart with the Surger on top as well. But I've done it properly. Good afternoon. No beers today. I'm enjoying the new Brewdog Stout and also the Knockout Stout, good stew. Saw the Nitro Guinness Surge thing in Jig, but they had no Nitro Surge cans. That's selling really well, that Dave. That Nitro Surge thing.
It will do, won't it?
Yeah.
We have both reviewed it. That's good enough. I mean, did we review it properly or did we fuck it up?
Well, you did. And
I have too.
And hold my hands up. My pour wasn't that great either, because you're not supposed to turn the button back. The thing turns on for 30 seconds. Once you've let it settle, you're not supposed to push the button in when you do the second pour. I did. I fucked up as well. I'm hoping on the second video I've done today that I've got that right.
Right.
So, I think it's a great little gadget, to be fair.
I do. I think it's. I'm glad I reviewed it. I'm glad I've jumped on the bandwagon, and everybody's done it as well. It's good to watch other people do it. Other people screw up. It's quite funny, and I think to go and review it without practicing it is probably not the best thing to do. But it's all part of the fun, isn't it?
But we're all like that, mate. We're all men. We're all stupid. Yeah. None of us read it. None of us read instructions, and if we do, we don't actually take in the information that we've given, and then we just do it our own way anyway. So, and I'm gonna say it. I am gonna say it. I don't care. I know Simon's got some abuse this week for the way that he's poured that machine, and I actually went out and did the video, came in and seen that he'd done the video that I've just done, and he's done it again. He's made a complete hash of the fucking Guinness pour, but it does make for good watching. It does.
I must admit, I've watched him as well, and it was quite entertaining.
And
I don't know whether he meant it to be, but
no, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I mean, I know he was getting terrorised in the comments, but we all fuck up.
Yeah, well, why don't Simon just turn around and say, "Oh, just fuck off"? Boy,
Tottenham 2 and Nottingham Forest nil at half time, so the half times are coming in. I've not used it yet. Might try it tonight or tomorrow. You're supposed to drink beers you review at 9 in the morning. Mate, I can't. I'm not drinking at 9 in the morning.
Have you ever drank at 9 in the morning? What's the earliest you've started?
Look, if you've been on holiday, yeah, of course you have.
Yeah.
Probably the earliest was when when the World Cup was in Japan. And the games were on like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. One of the England games was on really stupidly early, and we ended up down in a place called Hong Kong Charlie's down on the seafront, and I was absolutely smashed off my tits by lunchtime.
Yeah.
So I think we all have, and to say that we haven't would be a lie.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've done an half niner once before. We went to we used to go horse racing. Could never beat them.
Did you win?
And I went on my stag day to Coventry, I think. Can't remember where I went. I was fucked at the end of the night. And I think we started at 9:30 then. And when we used to go to Trent Bridge to watch the cricket, we'd start at 10, 10:15. But yeah, fair play.
Yeah, so I think if anybody said that they haven't had a beer at 9 o'clock in the morning, I think you're going to be a liar, because you're on holiday and things like that. Sometimes you sort of go. I mean, I was in Crete when I was at 21. I was off my tits by about 9:30. So we've all done it, but I'm not going to criticise for someone's life choice. That's their life choice. It doesn't affect me. I don't give a shit.
Or dependency.
Yeah, or dependency. I see. So Brad Evans says, I see Usyk has called Tyson Fury's bluff. He has, and they've accepted a 70-30 split. I think that's disgraceful. I think it's a disgraceful. What I like Tyson Fury. I think the way he's gone about negotiating this fight is disgraceful. The fact that man, the other guy's got more belts than him, it's just making a mockery. He's always said it's about legacy and not money, and he turned down a 60-40 split with the winner taking the 60%. So it is about money, and I think he's in real danger of leaving a legacy of a man that's solely about money.
Who's the 70-34?
Tyson Fury gets 70. Alexander Usyk gets 30. But Usyk came to him earlier in the week saying 60-40, and the winner gets the 60%, and obviously the loser gets the 40%. Tyson Fury said no, he's only worth that him and his team are only worth 30% of the purse. So Alexander Usyk has called his bluff. I personally think Fury will beat Usyk. I think I don't see Usyk being big enough to cope with Tyson Fury. I think the way that this fight, I think it's on the 29th. I've put the live up because I'll do the watch along for it. I put that up weeks ago because that was the date that they were heading for. But I just think the way that this has been negotiated leaves a bit of a stain. Really, I think it's disgraceful.
My daughter's just come in from work.
Hello, Ginge. What are your views on Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace? I don't have any because it's fucking rubbish. Dave? And that's Dave's thoughts on The Phantom Menace, everyone. Thank you very much. It's rubbish. It is rubbish.
Yeah. Right. No, dogs have come in. That's it. Bloody stupid doodle running around all over the place. Go on out if you're going out.
You can tell Blue Red Man does this for a living. Quiet at the moment, drinking Dashboard Ripples at the moment. Very nice. I didn't like it. So, staggeringly good. Got a new beer, Dave. It's a raspberry ripple ice cream.
You guys drinking with?
Yeah. You met him at the wedding, I think.
Fuck knows. Can't remember. Sorry, Barry. Hold on. Yeah, I did at the evening do it. Yeah, I did now. It's just clicked in.
Yeah. So they've got a new beer called Dashboard Ripple that is a raspberry ripple ice cream pale ale.
Why?
I'm going to be honest. I have had that, and I didn't like it. And I knew, to be fair, I knew I wasn't going to like it. So we went down there the week before last, and I had a pint of it, and Wanda had a pint as well, and she wasn't a fan of it either. It's probably one of the first staggeringly good beers I haven't actually liked.
Fuck's sake. In other news, Leicester have gone 2-1 behind.
And sorry, yes, 2-1 now. Fuck me. Maybe fucking jump then.
Do you want to go and get your soul back?
Jesus Christ. Here you go. Come here. Wait. Wait. Hang on. Over here. What do you mean?
Oh, bro. I tell you what, folks, I never have dogs. We have exactly the same problem with ours.
Fucking thing. Come on, you. Up here. Come up here. Come on. Dickhead. Don't let ITV have the football. They're effing shite.
Yeah, they are. I agree. But fucking BBC are just controlled by a load of woke lefty twats. So fuck them.
David Thompson says, "Hey Scott, has Scott taught BVM to pour a Nitro beer yet?" To be fair, shut up. Wait. You go.
I didn't know it was a Nitro beer, to be fair. I just didn't realise. I just didn't click in.
What was that? That was the Brewdog one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it didn't click into me that it was a. I just thought it was a tip it in. I didn't. Fuck knows. I wanted to do a one-finger head.
Yeah, anyway, David, the answer's no. Short answer, no. I would love to see Neil Warnock do match of the day.
What? Beat them all up?
He's back in management. Who's he managing?
Fuck knows.
Let me have a look. I remember seeing something that he was back in management to the end of the season. So he's got to be about 142 now, isn't he?
Fuck knows. That's about as many clubs as he's had, isn't it?
Huddersfield.
Oh, fuck's sake. He lives in Devon.
Well,
I'm sure he lives in Devon. Or Neil Warnock.
yeah.
Like June just asked a footballing question.
Jesus Christ. What did she ask? Was it a good one?
Yeah, she says, "Oh." When I said Neil, I said he lives in Devon.
Get great. I saw that. I was watching this morning that Graham Souness and Gary Neville had a bit of a fallout over the Liverpool 7 Man United. Have you watched that? When
I've seen bits of it. Yeah.
Gary Neville turned around and said, "Well, I've watched a load more. I'll watch more Man United than you have," and he's having a real pop at fucking Graham. I mean, I hate Graham Souness. He's an absolute arsehole. But it was funny watching them have a bit of a meltdown with each other.
Yeah, it was funny, and so rightly so. It's only banter, and it's no different what blokes do in the clubhouse after football games and stuff. It's just banter. Stop being so pathetic, everybody. Just laugh.
Just have a laugh. Smile more.
Yeah, smile more. Don't take everything so serious.
One of our old managers told one of my mates to do that once. Was just smile more. It's like fuck.
I bet. Was he dragged into the office and had a word with?
This was years ago. But I mean, you wouldn't be able to say that to someone now. Because,
no, you can't.
Well, you're saying I'm miserable.
Yeah, you are.
Taking offence to that. Get Graham Souness and Ellie McMoist to do the match of the day with Gascoigne supporting. Fucking, could you imagine?
I can't see anything wrong with that.
Well, the probably the alcohol intake and that alone would be quite incredible. I would have thought.
Yeah, payers in tenants.
Ruddy, thoughts on Jeremy Vine, Dave?
Can't stick him. Can't fucking stick him. You seen that thing you're on? Because he does this thing now, doesn't he? He rides a bike, don't he? Through London, and this bus nearly caught him the other day. And he's there and he's moaning, and apparently, and somebody threw a cigarette butt out of the car onto the road, and he's videoed it and took the camera, took the number plate, and he's reporting them. And just fuck off, Vine. You're pathetic. Be a man for once in your life. You're there, and you little high vis fucking skin tight lycra dickhead.
I'm not a fan.
Finished.
No, not a fan.
No. He's one of those that says, "Do as I say, don't do as I do." One of them.
I think there's too many of them now.
Yeah.
I think the world has hit an absolute plague of it, to be fair. Blue Van Man, the legend himself, enjoyed the video on Rumble about Lineker. Well, I think he made that shortly before he sort of. So it's my understanding that he's removed himself from Match of the Day until. I mean, you're going to know more than me on this. He's removed himself from Match of the Day until they clear up what is and isn't acceptable for their presenters to say. Is that correct?
Don't know. All I know is that he compared this country with 1930s Germany, which basically means that we're not the country that we're supposed to be. If we're that bad, why do so many people still want to come over here on the channel risking their lives? What the fucking hell? He's living in a dream world. And to compare what the Germans did in 1930 to a country that's got a Hindu Asian prime minister, and a Muslim mayor, the Home Secretary's is she a Muslim as well? I can't remember. You know.
Oh, Salva was a Braverman.
You know what I mean? It's, I don't know.
The trouble is,
we're not that bad of a country that we're going to be compared. And people say, "Oh, we never said Nazis." You compare 1930s Germany When you mention 1930s Germany, what's the first thing that comes into your head?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
So,
the trouble is, we live in a world where people just want to speak in sound bites, and I don't know. I'm just fed up of it all, mate. To be fair, it's just
I am. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with it all. It's just pathetic.
Got to see the video there, the Flying Scotsman. Yeah, I need to look at booking that. To be fair, I'll have a look at that tomorrow, maybe. 4:30 in the morning at the airport, heading out to Prague. An early beer is always good.
Steady the nerves.
Well, we were going to. We actually wanted to go to Prague. That was our first. Well, wanted to go to Disneyland, obviously, but we wanted to do Prague and Disneyland, but it just worked out we couldn't do that. And then she doesn't want to fly because she's scared stiff of flying. So it was like, right, then we were going to go to Brussels. So the plan was to go to Brussels next week for 3 nights, 4 nights, something like that. But every man and his dog's on fucking strike. So I think everyone, the train in Brussels are on strike. There's something going on the railways next week over here, next weekend, and it just became impossible.
Yeah. See, there's another thing. The country's fucked. Fucked.
Mr. The Southwark Viking.
Fuck off, Jack Howard. Hey.
I used to like Tyson, but he's a fraud these days. He's becoming a bit of a tit, and the way he's negotiating fights, it's just I don't agree. I've just finished reading his autobiography actually, but he just I don't know. He's just annoying me now.
Yeah, I suppose the thing is you begin to believe your own hype, don't you? You begin to everything you say. I think what happens is these boxers, they get to the top of the mountain and then he's beat Wild a couple of times, really beat him 3 times, didn't he? I think. Yeah. Then he's won it. He's defended his title a bit more. And I think you just believe your own hype in the end and just don't know what else to say.
I think for me, he needs, if he wants to go down as the best heavyweight ever, because I don't think he is. I don't think he's even close. I don't think he's close to it. He needs to beat someone. Let's be honest. He beat an aging Klitschko. He beat an aging. No, he didn't. Sorry, not an aging. He beat a man. It should have been 3 times in Wilder that has a good punch. But if you take that away from him, then he's got nothing else really. He beat Derek Chisora.
I can't see the point in that. What's the point of
that? Money. He gave Derek Chisora a payday. He got some money out of it as well. He beat what's his name? Dillian White last summer. So he's got no, apart from Wilder really, and Klitschko. Because Klitschko, I watched that fight again the other week. He bored Klitschko to death for fucking 12 rounds. Yeah. To be fair, I don't think he's got a career-defining fight in his record at the moment. And I think that needs to be. I think it either needs to be his career-defining fight will be Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
If it ever happens.
Yeah, and I can't see it happening. To be fair, I don't know.
You should be taken lightly. He has a real shot at winning this. But he is a good boxer. I don't say he hasn't got a chance. I don't think he's knocking Tyson out or anything like that. He'd have to outpoint him.
Outpointing.
Having a coin-operated beer. That must be Arcade Made. Is that Arcade Made? That was a nice beer. Can Jonathan Ross say Warsby Whipple? I doubt it. You might be picking on him as well. You might offend him. You have to go sit in his safe.
Speech impediment.
Why didn't my member milestone message not show up? Hang on. The reason is, Jack, I don't think they show up on StreamYard for some reasons. Here it is, mate. what a pair of ball bags.
Yeah, why don't that happen?
I don't know. It's something to do with how StreamYard interacts with YouTube. For some reason, those things, super chats show up and things like that, but these membership things don't actually show in the chat, and I don't know why. So many left woke TV presenters want to bash this country. The UK is a great nation. Now it's a crime to be patriotic. Yeah, I
agree with that. Can't argue with that, Stuart. Can't argue with that at all.
Thoughts on, and he's clarified, Lewis Hamilton, the F1 driver, in case there's another Lewis Hamilton that we thought we might be talking about. I can't stand the man.
No, I'm not a fan of him either. And it's nothing to do with what people might say. He's just a prick. Anybody who feeds the dog vegetarian food is a prick. The fucking dog. It's supposed to eat meat. It's a fucking hunting machine. It's like a wolf. Can't see a wolf eating a carrot and a fucking cabbage, can you?
Tofu.
They'd eat a dead deer or something. Fucking idiot.
Give him some tofu.
Yeah, give him some tofu or fucking... Just fucking more stupidity in this world. And the things he wears. Oh, for fuck's sake, he wouldn't even get on CBeebies with Mr. Tumble with half the stuff he wears. Fucking idiot.
Phil Jones, how are you doing? How are you keeping? So oh, fucking my brain's done, mate. It's a fucking nightmare.
I didn't know Liverpool lost today.
Yeah, they lost 1-0, mate, to Bournemouth. Because Bournemouth are out of the relegation zone now, aren't they?
That's all right. Leicester will probably take their fucking place.
Do you think they'll go? How do you think Leicester are going to go? Do you think they'll go down?
No, I'm not denying it. No, I think they could. There's a fair chance they could go down. I think they're, fucking useless. Shit.
I think. I would like to see that. I lost a little bit. I used to like Leicester, apart from when Ian Ormond.
So did I.
Apart from when Ian Ormond scores that offside goal in 1992, but never got over that. To be fair, but
you can move on.
I'll keep trying, but it's not happening. I didn't like the way they treated Claudio Ranieri at the end, and I lost a little bit of respect for him when that happened.
Apparently, though, because obviously I know people up here, apparently Claudio Ranieri was spending more time in Italy than he was in the country. He was only coming back for the games.
Right.
He wasn't taking training. He wasn't. Let's face it, right? Ranieri.
Did he dingity dong?
Hey, dingity fucking dong fucked off. Apart from winning the league at Leicester, what has he really ever done? Leicester winning the league that year was just the stars just lining up and everything.
Oh, it was a fluke, wasn't it?
Gary Lineker wasn't happy about Ranieri being signed as the Leicester manager, but who was? Leicester winning the league was just a fluke, a freak of nature. It will never happen again.
But
Ranieri was spending a lot of time back in Italy, flying over for the England games, flying over for the Leicester games, and then going straight back. So I think there might have been a bit of something like, if you ain't going to put the effort in, son, you can't just win on your league title and fucked him off. So
right, okay.
I don't know. I don't know how true that is, but I'm pretty sure it could be true.
So apparently Chelsea scored in the
back of the net,
the 6th minute of injury time.
Yeah,
first half, Dave. So
yeah,
played the whistle.
For fuck's sake.
Burnley 2, Wigan 0. Nutella has scored again. He's doing all right.
Lovely.
Still Leeds 0, Brighton 0. Come on, the mighty Seagulls from Hove. Never had a problem with Brighton. Always been an inoffensive club to me. I suppose there should be a bit of rivalry along the south coast, but
I'm not going to say anything there. Also, might get accused of being something.
Correction, 1-1. I can't give a shit about football like I used to. It's just not the same anymore. I think I agree with that. I think money's ruined it.
Yeah, it has. Football eats itself.
And also, you see, I mean, when you see footballers that are coached to, if there's any contact, hit the deck like a fucking sniper's had a go at you. And it just ruined it for me. And I like doing the World Cup watch-alongs with you and Chris and that, but it's got to a stage where I find football really hard to watch.
It is. I do and all. I mean, when you messaged me and said that you were doing this, didn't tell anybody else. I thought you were joking.
Right.
So anyway, and then when we got back from wherever we've been, Lee, like went, he's doing a live. I went, you're joking. So thought, I'll see if you do. I just thought you were taking the piss. I didn't think you were going to show any interest.
Well, at the end of the day, I can sit here on my own and talk waffle, or I can talk waffle with some sort of
Idiot.
Yeah, it only came to me a little bit earlier. I thought, you know what, I'll just sit and read the scores out as they come through as well. Just as something to do. It keeps me chatting along as well if no one joins in.
Yeah.
It's obviously what we got here. Swindon 0, Carlisle 1, Jackhammer, Torquay 1. Torquay 1, Wealdstone. Wealdstone 1, and we all know someone from Wealdstone, don't we?
Yeah, have some. Got some. Is that him?
He didn't score. It was Kieran Evans.
Right.
I thought old Jeff Stelling was retiring anyway.
I thought he was. Why? Where's he?
He's not still. What are you watching?
No, I'm in the conservatory and I haven't got Sky wide up to this.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I'm watching Sky. I've got Sky News.
All right. Is that a wig she's got on?
Yeah. Oh, you watched it. Money and TV killed off modern football. I think Sky have got a lot to blame for that as well, to be fair. I know they've done a lot. They've done a lot of good for football, but they've also done irreparable damage with the money that they've shoveled into it.
Yeah, you're right, mate. They've ruined it, ain't they? In theory, it was good when they started it. It got people interested, people were watching, people were enjoying it. But now they've just gone and gone and gone, and now there's that much money involved. Shit, especially with the cost of living crisis.
Yeah, exactly. When you got people earning 300 grand, 400 grand a week, it's obscene.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
I like watching football in the MLS in the USA, or soccer as they call it. Amazing fans in the stadiums at Los Angeles Football Club, where Gareth Bale played. I can't say I've ever watched a single MLS game in my life.
Yeah. No, I mean, I watched a bit when Beckham was out there, but fucking raining.
Is that Gary Lineker in a wig?
I'm just going to get the towels in.
Update. Dave is getting the towels in. All right, we've got some goals to get through. Fleetwood 0, Port Vale 1. Matt Taylor. Is that the old Pompey player, Matt Taylor? Fantastic player was Matt Taylor. Adrianians 4, Kelty Hearts 0, Gabriel McGill. Annan Athletic 3, Elgin City 1. William Gibson in the 55th minute. Sterling Albion 1, Bonnie Rig Rose. What sounds like some character from a film. Flynn Duffy scored in the 57th minute. For those that don't know, Bournemouth beat Liverpool 1-0. Billing, don't know his first name. Everton are 1-0 up against Brentford. Leeds are 1-1 with Brighton. Leicester 1, Chelsea 2, and Tottenham 2, Nottingham Forest 0. Rugby players have a punch up and get pulled apart and told to sort it out. Game on. Footballers clip each other's ankles, roll around the ground like they've been shot, and everyone gets sent off.
Do you know what? Sometimes when you see some of these players go down, who was that Bruno bloke who plays for Man United, and he took one in the face, didn't he, the other day? And like, Bruno
Fernandes.
Yeah, and you feel like saying, if that were in a pub or a club and somebody did that to you and you went down like that, you'd be like embarrassing in front of your mates, wouldn't it?
My favourite pundit, and I hated him as a player. Absolutely detested him. But my favourite pundit has become Roy Keane.
Yeah.
And can you imagine someone doing that with Roy Keane as captain? He'd probably go over and boot the shit out of them.
Yeah. You would, wouldn't you? Yeah, he would. Oh.
It must drive him mad.
Embarrassing.
And I think that's probably why one of the reasons why that Roy Keane's never made it as a manager. I think he struggles to deal with people that had less ability than he did, or put in the effort that he did.
That's what I was going to say. It's not about ability with Roy Keane. It's about putting the effort in. If you're not putting the effort in, then he comes down on you. Yeah.
Obviously, he knew that he'd come off that pitch having given every part of his soul, and he doesn't cope, I don't think, with seeing the youngsters today that have paid ridiculous money and not putting the effort in.
Yeah. Did you see him when he was getting fit again for the after Haaland done when he did that his knee? Yeah, and he was getting back and he was fighting, and you could see, he weren't bothered about getting back to play football. He just wanted to get back and fucking hit him.
Yeah, it was. Everything was about getting back at him, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was it. That's all it was about, just getting back and hitting him.
We've got Coventry 0, Hull 1, Oscar
Satora.
Oscar scored. Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 2. That's Kamara and Archer. And Adrianians are absolutely mullering Kelty Hearts. It's now 5-0, Dave.
Oh dear. I mean, that's a shame, isn't it?
Never heard of Kelty Hearts. Never heard of them. And probably never will again. Luke Booth, how long are we live for, mate? I'm looking until about 8 o'clock, if I'm honest. Going to be here for a while. I've got nothing else to do.
I'll do till the end of the football.
Okay.
Oh, fucking hell, I've updated my TV now. Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's all gone wrong. It's all going wrong, isn't it? All going wrong.
Apparently, it can update to Apple TV. Didn't even know I'd got Apple TV on here.
To be fair, what have we got? We've got I've got to renew actually Disney Plus because it's got all the Star Wars and all the shit she likes. So we got all that. We got that. We've got Netflix, but Chantel pays for that, and then we've got one of her logins. And I've got.
Don't tell them that. Fucking hell, they'll come down and shut you down.
Oh no, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Fuck off.
It's Amazon, isn't it? They're on about stopping all this sharing and stuff, aren't they?
Oh, that's Netflix. Yeah, I don't. Right. I think I don't. Oh, I don't know because I don't pay for it. But I think you can have multiple. I think depending on what package you're on, you can have a certain amount of users, but they can't have the same login across multiple devices. I think that's why they're logging down on.
Oh, right.
To be honest, I don't know. I don't care. Dave, I can't stand that Bruno Fernandes. Absolute disgrace he is.
No, I won't have him picking my oranges. He is Spanish, isn't he? Is he Spanish?
I think, I don't know. Wrestling gimmicks, red cards for more than 2 rolls. I don't disagree with that. The more you roll, if you're rolling across the pitch, and I was the ref, I'd be running after him, and I'd keep rolling him off the pitch with the red card, and I'd boot him off.
Yeah, you should be able to. You should be able to hit them with a fist. Yeah. Give them something to stay down for.
I'll give you something to roll about. Roy Keane, I hated as a player, but is a great pundit, and I would hate to spill my pint over him in a pub. I'll tell you what I did watch, and it was absolutely fantastic because I never liked either of them. Whereas that documentary they did with him and Patrick Vieira, where they went through their rivalry and how they both saw it, and then right at the end, they both had to pick their Arsenal 11 and their Man United 11. And it's on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira, go and watch it. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a brilliant, brilliant documentary. This one's for Stuart. Leeds 1, Brighton 2, Solly March. Sounds like a bit of a disease. Tottenham 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Hung Min Sun. Forest 1, Bristol Rovers 3. John Marquis again. He was a good player. He used to play for Pompey. Barnsley 1, Plymouth 0. Adam Phillips.
So this is awful, to be fair. Leicester still losing.
Where does that put you? Does that put you in the relegation zone?
About 4th or 5th from the bottom, I think, at the moment.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Shut up, tit. Table. Here we go. Live table. We have Southampton in 20th on 21 points. Get in. Leeds at 19th on 22. West Ham 18th on 23. Bournemouth out of the relegation zone, 17th on 24. Leicester in 16th on 24. So you're a point. It is tight down there, isn't it?
Tighter than my pants.
I've got a better touch in tight areas. I'm here all week. I've missed you, Jack. Where have you been? Keep me entertained for the day while I'm ill and probably pissed later. Yeah, I have bought a load of beer. I'm going to be honest, but I don't want to start. I'm going to go get one in a minute. Wanda's going to be back about 9, she reckons. And she said, where have you been? So I've just been over to Tesco's. I told her what I bought, and she just said, "You're going to be slurring your words, aren't you?" So possibly. Sisters in, Dave.
Sisters in.
Afternoon, both. Are you and Lineker and righties for play? We could do a fabulous job on.
We'd be better on fucking match of the day than them. So
I don't think it'd last very long, and I think the complaints would probably at an all-time high.
I don't. I think people would love it. I think people would love it because we would tell them to love it.
Yeah, they would have to. What are you doing? Oi! Oh, you're behind me. Looking at me saying,
"Oh, he's Portuguese."
Right.
Don't look happy.
He wasn't very well the other day. He was spewing everywhere. He's right now.
It probably had your Nitro beer.
I'm going to get that in a minute. It's got one in the fridge, actually. Opened.
Ooh.
You ain't run since 1958. Are you kidding? How dare you? How dare you come on my channel and insult me like that? How dare you?
Come on this channel that late and insult you. Should have been on ages ago.
Bastard. Feeling offended. Get the do-rules out, Scott. Fuck that. Sod that, mate. No, that's never happening again. That almost killed me. The 10. Well, I know. I thought we had more goals. We ain't got any. Yeah. Have you ever drunk Devel, Dave?
Yeah, but I don't really like it. A bit gloopy, and it's a bit, you know what I mean?
You try to drink 10 of the fucking things, mate. It's horrible. Oh, nightmares about it.
Yeah, not for me.
Right. I'm going to get my beer, hang on.
Right. Does he look like a lumberjack? When he comes back, everybody say, Scott, you look like a lumberjack in that shirt. Go on, just put it. Scott, you look like a lumberjack. How many trees you chopped down?
You're going to fucking love this, Dave.
What is it?
This is the extent of links I go to for YouTube.
Oh, right? God.
So someone had a go at me for not having...
I can't believe that.
It's unusual, I know. To be fair, it caught me off guard a little bit. They had a go at me for not having a Guinness glass when I did my Guinness review. Now, I like to think I've put that right today. I haven't bought a new glass, but I have made it a Guinness glass by drawing my own harp on it.
Yeah, but that's wrong, though, isn't it? Because these Guinness glasses, some you can get that are dead straight, and some that are...
It's all right, because I've done one with Brewdog on it as well. So,
very good. Yeah. Are these yours?
Brewdog. So, no, sorry, Guinness. Brewdog. Guinness. Brewdog. Lumber twat. It's a bit rude. Who's the lumberjack? What's happening? What's going on? What's that? What forest are you working in, Scott? What's happening here? What have I missed? What's happening? What's that? Lumber twat? Happening? Fucking hell. When you go get beer? What's happening? Fucking hell. You made a comment, have you? You fucker.
No. What did I?
Lumber twat.
Ah, fucking hell. How you got 26 people in, mate?
Well, you know, I'm kind of a big deal. I'm kind of a big deal.
I'm just telling Jude, Scott went to get a beer and he's got a lumberjack shirt on, so I told them all to put lumberjack in the comments.
And then Jack's put lumber twat.
And Jack's called him a lumber twat.
Fucking arsehole. What have we got? Newport 1, Bradford 1, Liam School. And then and I can't say some of these. Do a poll. I'm not going to just say them. If they're Ride Hal Liam and fuck this and an athletic
anonymous.
Yeah, anonymous athletic 4, Elgin City 1, Tommy Goss and Grimsby 1, Rochdale Neil, George Lloyd. My mate Hammy will be very excited by that. He's a fishy man.
Fishy man. Is that a Grimsby man?
Yeah, Grimsby man, yeah. The Harry the Haddocks, isn't it, or something? I don't fucking know. Just finished work. Fuck off. They're all having a fucking go now, aren't they? Bastard. He's just a big tree fella. Oh, I'm stumped. What's happening here? Lumberjill, fucking brilliant. Cheers, guy. Yeah, thank you. Andy K, how are you, mate? Just tuning in. Hope you're all okay. Andy K.
Any relation to Peter?
He might well be. Andy K. Actually saw Leah and Wanda the other day and let them cross the road safely, which was very nice. I'd have run them over, mate. To be fair, but there you go.
Yeah.
This is extreme least.
That is a bad one, though, isn't it? That's awful.
Yeah, that's dreadful, Jack. You should be ashamed of yourself. Bolton 0, Ipswich 2, Cameron Burgess, and Crawley 3, Harrogate 0, Jordan Much. Jordan Much what? They've got Paul Merson on Sky and
what, drunk.
No, he's just put a bet on.
Gary Lineker coming back.
Yeah, Paul Merson. He had one season at Fratton Park at Pompey when we had Harry's All Stars when we were in the Division 1 when we got promoted that year. I think we got promoted just above you. We went up the same year, didn't we? Pompey,
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We went up as champions, and Paul Merson that year was absolutely phenomenal. What an incredible season! I mean, we had Svetislav Todorov, who knocked shitloads of goals in that season, got us promoted. But without Paul Merson behind him, he wouldn't have scored half those goals. He was phenomenal that year. Probably the best player I've ever seen at Fratton Park. Paul Merson, he was incredible.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, Mercer a good player at Arsenal, weren't he? A quality.
Yeah.
He's another one, though, isn't he? If it hadn't been for the drinking at stupid o'clock in the morning, how long would his career have lasted?
Yeah.
It was the culture then, weren't it?
There's been a couple of really good documentaries about him. There's one where they have you seen the one where they do he goes to see a brain specialist because obviously he's got a problem with betting and things like that, and he admits he's got an addiction, and they do a whole thing with him where they put these electrodes on it when they show him a bet, and it's fucking brilliant. It's a phenomenal documentary, and he's in tears, and he's like, so I've actually got something wrong with me, and they're like, yeah, you can't control it. Your brain is telling you that you need to have a bet. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I like Merce. Did like him at Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal we might like second team, and that might piss a few people off. Not bothered as long as it's not Spurs. And that's why Gary Lineker's such a twat, isn't it? Because he played for Spurs. And yeah, I like Merce. He was a good player. And when you look like back in the days of George Graham and all the Arsenal fans, all the Arsenal players drank and. He made it as a community, didn't he, the Arsenal team? And, but they just didn't let Tony Adams drive them home.
I read Tony Adams, he was manager here for when Harry left.
Yeah, Tony that fucked you up, didn't it?
Yeah, he was fucking useless, mate. Absolutely useless. But the thing that comes across for Paul Merson for me is when you look at him speak, and it's going to sound mad because I know he hid his addictions for years, but you see an honest man, so a genuine man, and I think he just comes across as very genuine. Yeah,
I mean, I think once it's all out in the open, then you've got nothing to hide, have you? So I suppose that helps a little bit. But I wonder how many people like just don't. It's like when you see fucking idiots buying Gazza a beer, innit? I mean, Stuart's just asked about favourite players and. You see Gazza, don't you? And then you'll see somebody buying him a beer, and you think, well, if you were really that happy with Gazza, don't buy him a beer. Just fucking.
The last thing you should be doing. Again,
yeah.
I mean, I can't remember. I went to it might have been Alan Knight's testimonial. I can't remember. There's a testimonial down here, and Gazza was there, and he was playing, and he knocked. A bit of fun. And he stood on the side and he stopped. He goes over to the dugout and he knocked back a pint of Guinness and then carried on playing. And you're like, oh, fucking brilliant. Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah, you do. You get caught up in it.
And then you look at the and I think football let Paul Gascoigne down. And I think
massively.
And I think I don't know if you agree with this. I think if he'd gone to Man United, because I know Ferguson wanted him, and for whatever reason, he never ended up at United. I think it might have been different for him because I think I hated Alex Ferguson, but he had a way of dealing with those troubled souls, and I think he would have sorted as much as anybody could. He would have sorted Gazza out.
I think Gazza's just got a self-destruct button.
Yeah,
I don't think even Ferguson. Because what would you have done to him? When he had David Beckham, didn't he? Right, and when Beckham, who's the big fucker who played at the back, the defender, Stam.
Yeah, yeah.
When any of them gave him hassle, he just fucking got rid. So if Gascoigne had gave him hassle, he'd have got rid because it was for the team. There were nobody bigger than Manchester United, and I think Gazza would have just wherever he were, he'd have fucking blown it. I think the only time he's ever really been happy is when he were at Rangers. So,
yeah, it's a shame really because he was a fantastic, probably the most gifted player this country's ever produced. I would think.
Yeah,
naturally gifted.
Bit like you.
Yeah, like me. I mean, I'm fucking well gifted. Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 3. I'm going to butcher this. Chuba Akpom.
Chubba
Peterborough 0, Cheltenham 3, Alfie May. We still don't know what he may. And Leeds 2, Brighton 2, dirty Leeds. Jack Harrison. This stream's turned lethal. Leaf fall. Can we block him? I'm back. Afternoon, gents. BVM. I just had a beer that was citrusy.
Fuck's sake. I honestly don't understand you lot. You're all fucking mad.
When's your Mr. President out?
Tomorrow night.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That'll upset a few. Oh, it's 2-2. For fuck's sake. Oh, Jesus, wet.
Where's your axe, Scott? No, I've got an axe. Got it. Oh, fuck off. It's a fucking... Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, thank you. Favourite player of the past age? Mine has to be Gazza, a genius but a troubled head, absolute legend. Who's your favourite player ever you've ever seen, Dave? If you could watch one player play.
Probably Alan Shearer. Or Roy Keane.
I liked Roy Keane. I hated him as a player, but yeah. Favourite player I've ever seen, watched.
You got to go Gazza, ain't you? And I'd go with Keane and Shearer and Ian Wright. Ian Wright was phenomenal. I loved him because he's just his attitude towards the game was, if I don't get this one, I'll get the next one. If I don't get that one, I'll get the next one. So
at club level, there's probably two players at club level for me. Paul Merson was fantastic. That's it. Maybe a couple. Paul Merson, Robert Prozinecki. We had him for a season. The Croatian, 50 fag a day. Just a wizard. Just a fantastic.
Like Harry Potter.
Yeah, I mean, he looked a little bit. He looked, yeah. But yeah, I mean, Robert Prozinecki was fantastic. At national level, you got to go Gazza, and I mean, yeah, Alan Shearer was fantastic. He was fantastic. I mean, watching that, I mean, the bloke had everything.
Yeah.
The Wonders just said the show was flipping amazing. She cried.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, what did she do? Buy a beef burger or something and cry at the price?
So we're just live, Wonder. I've just told Dave that you cried. He's going to replay. Well, he's just going to repeat what he said.
Did you cry at buying a beef burger because of the price and not at the show?
glad you liked it. Yeah, just let us know what time you'll be back, and love you. See you in a bit. Yeah, so I thought she would cry. To be fair, they asked me to go. I was like, I'd rather trap my bollocks in a fucking.
What was the show? What was it?
They've gone to see, and be prepared for this, Disney on Ice.
What, Bambi?
I said I'd rather get my bollocks caught in a garlic press than go and watch it.
Have they spent 90 minutes watching a deer on ice?
It's like that.
What was the show?
Just skating across it like that, sliding round. That's all they've done.
So, yeah, but you said Disney on Ice, but what is it then? Is it like Snow White or the Seven Dwarfs skating around? And
to be fair, mate, that's as much as I know, because it was Wanda's Christmas present from Leah and Chantel. They asked me if I wanted to go, and I said to them, no.
Hold on. So, in other words, what they said was, Scott, would you like to drive us to Disney on Ice?
No. To be fair, I said to them, look, if your mum asks, you couldn't get 4 tickets. That way, it gets me out of going, because I just don't want to go. I don't want to go, and you can have a girls' day out. It'd be lovely. So yeah. I'm none the wiser on what actually goes on at Disney on Ice, but it does sound dreadful.
I'd turn the ice rink off so it melts.
Yeah. Disney on water. Disney stinks.
Disney
Leicester
drowned in.
Leicester 1, Chelsea 3, Dave. Matteo Kovacic. Tottenham 3, Nottingham Forest 1. They're on the way back. Joe Worrell. Fleetwood 1, Port Vale 1, Jack Marriott.
Hey, that's going to be funny. That's going to be funny because Leicester fans. Oh no, they're not. I'm talking shit. Yeah, I am. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. I'm not talking. I'll shut up. Shut the fuck up, Dave, you prick.
Guy, we had a very nice beer with Guy and his lovely lady Carrie when they came down to Pompey a couple of weeks ago. Said, is anybody watching?
What did that taste of? Salted caramel with fucking flake on the top.
Wanda's just sent a laughing. I think I'm allowed to share this. A laughing emoji. And Ray Wilkins, a true gent.
He's dead.
Oh, Square Ball Wilkins.
He's dead, isn't he? Did he play for Rangers?
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
I think didn't Rangers go through a time when they had the England team playing for them?
Might as well do. Might as well do. Barry says it was a season ticket holder when Merce was at Pompey, given an excellent book about his season at Pompey for Christmas. One of the finest players to play for us. I agree with that. I think he was that year. He was absolutely fantastic. Gazza was immense at Rangers. He was loved by so many, and still today. And I think that's the thing. He's all the shit that he's done, all the things he's been through, and you don't hear a bad word generally said. He had that fat twat that was looking after him, didn't he? Fat bellies or whatever. Jimmy Fat Belly.
Nothing wrong with being fat.
Not fattest. I'm fat. It's fine. But I don't think he helped him because he was supposed to be his bloody bodyguard. Yeah. And he just take him to get pissed, didn't he?
Yeah, it's. You've got to have the right person with you, haven't you? To say you don't need. Oh, for fuck's sake, Jack. You've got to have the right person with you. You don't have your fucking best mate there, do you? Saying, "Come on, let's go for a fucking curry and a bloody."
It's not conducive.
Brown.
It's not conducive to a healthy relationship, is it?
No, you need somebody who's going to say. It's like most YouTubers. You need somebody who's going to turn around and say to you, "No, stop it! Don't do it. You're ruining things."
Yeah, and he never had it, did he?
No.
Oh, yes, come on. Kelty Hearts have bought one back. Adrianian 6, Kelty Hearts 1. So they're on the way back. Jamie Barjonas. Hartlepool 1, Northampton 1.
You're reading all these names out, and these brewery companies are going to listen to them and say, that's a good name for a beer. Bajonas.
Jamie Bajonas.
Jamie's Gonads.
Yeah, Jamie Gonads. How much do you say you love? For fuck's sake. Fucking hell. Eddie, I've got 2 cans of Madry in my beer box. That people have left when we've had a gathering. I might do a review, as I think Madry is a genius move by that little Spanish enclave, Molson Coors in Burton-upon-Trent.
It's a simple beer. It's a nice, simple lager.
It's a simple beer for simple people.
Exactly. and it's got no fucking raspberry ripple in it whatsoever.
I didn't like the raspberry ripple one, to be fair. It wasn't for me. And I knew it wouldn't be. I was going to pick it up to review it. Shrewsbury, is it Shrewsbury or Shrewsbury? I'm going to go for Shrewsbury. 3, Morecambe 1. Che Dunkley has scored.
Well done.
Incoming scores: Leeds 2, Brighton 2. Adrian Morley, how are you, mate? Oi, Scotty, you big sausage. Get up, mush. Let's have a banger.
For me, you got 31 watching this, cocker.
You know, we're onwards and upwards on this channel, mate. no looking in the rear view mirror.
That's good, isn't it? 31. 31 on a Saturday afternoon.
Do you know what? I didn't. Do you know what? I had no real thought on how it was going to go. I was just going to sit here and chat along, see what was happening. And Alex Hartridge has been sent off for Exeter. Second bookable offence. Dirty bastard.
Who are they playing? Who are Exeter playing?
It doesn't say. Hang on. We'll have to wait for the scores to roll around. Jamie C., how are you? How are you doing? Chat's a bit wooden, to be honest. Fuck's sake. I'll still see Exeter. Exeter are playing. Don't know. Update. Exeter are playing Lincoln and they're currently winning.
It's always funny, isn't it, when you see, right, you look at Lincoln, not Lincoln, you look at Exeter or Plymouth, or Portsmouth or Southampton, right, and they're playing somebody like Newcastle or Sunderland, and you think, fucking hell, what a trip, and you get beat 3-0 or something, and you got to travel all the way back.
We did that once. I remember me and my dad, before he was a bit selfish and died, we went to Sunderland. I think it was Sunderland away, and it was yeah. I drove up there, and I was learning to drive, so I did some of the driving at the time. And
on the motorway,
yeah, illegal. I think it's long enough now. I don't think I could be done for it, so I could put it out there. And you can't prosecute him. He can't prosecute him. He's dead.
And it was a lie anyway. It was a lie.
Yeah,
Prove it.
It didn't really happen. Anyway, we went up there, and then I think we lost. Someone got sent off for throwing a punch at someone, and I can still see my dad going absolutely fucking mental on the touchline because he's like, "Oh, I've driven all the fucking way for this." And obviously, you got to drive home, and in those days, it's got to be like 1991, where the motorways aren't as advanced as they were now. So there's not sort of straight motorways then. You get a 14-day fucking trek.
Yeah. Fucking hell, you don't want to go up there, do you? Really?
It's when the old fixture computer comes out with fucking Carlisle away on a Wednesday night, and you're like, yeah, come on, mate. Come on.
Really? Can we sort that out? For fuck's sake. So looks like it's 5 minutes left at Leicester, so I'll let the Leicester game finish, and then I'll go and have fucking something. What you cooked? Paprika chicken. That's it.
Update, Dave. Update. Second bookable offence. 87 minutes. Woot Faze. What's his name? Wait. Some Leicester player been sent off, Dave.
Wes, he's got that silly haircut.
Wout Faze. Fucking name.
We only got him in January or something. For fuck's sake, what is wrong with this fucking team?
Sounds like a fucking disease.
Put Brendan off. Get him gone. Get him out. We don't fucking need him. We don't want him. He's fucking you. Get big fat Sam in. For now.
Fucking hell. It's desperate when you want fucking fat Sam coming, mate.
England manager, I'll have 100% record.
Yeah, one game, wasn't it?
Exactly. You can't beat that.
Most successful England manager in history.
Yeah. You can't beat that, mate. Don't take the piss.
Stuart Miller said he got kicked in the bar Jonas once and it still hurts. Madry is a lovely beer. He's on the mind benders now. Later, do. Time to watch the Egg Chasers. See you next week. Next weekend, Baz. We'll be staggeringly good for Warehouse Fest. Get in. If I'm not dead. Warsby Whipple. So we got Burton 2, Wickham 1, to J DeBar. Is that Guinness or Brewdog, Scott? Well, this one's Brewdog because it says
it smells of coffee.
Brewdog, and this one's Guinness because I've got myself a nice Guinness glass. Well, I haven't. I've just drawn a harp on it, so it makes it look like a Guinness glass because that's the lengths I'll go to for my channel. 0. Absolutely 0. Not a fan of these tree puns. I'd rather hear the dog bark. Anyway. So good I said it twice. Sausage fingers. Thumbs up the other 30 who are too pissed up to change channel. Brilliant. Can I ask you a for fuck?
Would you mind?
Fucking started. Are you going in a minute? Leave all these cretins.
Have this all fucking night. Right,
Leeds
on the 89th minute.
Barnsley 3, Plymouth 0. Nicky Cadden. So the final scores are coming in.
I don't understand that up house. What Liverpool tanked Manchester last week and then
lost to Bournemouth today.
Yeah, that's a long trip as well, isn't it? That's one of them trips, isn't it?
Yeah, that's because Bournemouth's quite a difficult place to get to.
Yeah.
There's no main road motorway comes to. You have to go up the A3 or along to the M5 or whatever. I'm a Liverpool fan. Bloody typical. We lost after spanking the Manx. Story of our season. We'll definitely overturn Real. Definitely, you're not going to do Real Madrid.
Have you seen that video of Real Madrid's ground?
No.
I caught a glimpse of it earlier on, and underneath the pitch, it's like Dr. Evil's lair.
Right.
It's fucking amazing. There's a crane. Fucking great crane. Underneath it.
Ukraine.
It's amazing. So
look at the crap.
I'm gonna have to find it and send it to you.
No,
on WhatsApp though, but don't tell anybody. All right.
Look, cut the crap. Get to the root of the problem. Fuck's sake. Cheering me right up. This takes the mind off my flu. I had the flu at Christmas, mate. That knocked the shit out of me, and I wasn't very well for a few days the other week. But yeah, Oxford 2, Derby 3. Kyle Joseph has scored in the 90th minute. So yeah, all good. Hearts 0, Celtic. Oh, done that.
It's unbelievable, Jeff.
Unbelievable. I thought he was retiring. But the saddest part. Have you seen Chris Kamara lately?
Yeah.
He's
well, no, not lately, but I've heard he's not very well.
Yeah, he's got. Is it called speech asphyxia or something? Where his brain doesn't.
I'm not being funny here, but I always thought he had dodgy speech anyway. You know what I mean?
Hey! Right, get here. Here. Yeah, shut up and get on there.
Is it something that's like, look at that recall? It's fucked off. It's not taking.
Wait. Here you go. Here you go. Here. Here. Don't you talk to me like that. You should be using language like that. Get on there. Go on. On here. Come on.
Dude, Scott's trying to control this dog.
Bastard. Making me look bad.
I thought, did he have, is this something that he's developed, or has he always had it, or not? I mean, I've not. It's a sad story, so I don't.
He started having problems, didn't he? And he was covering up for it. I've seen a couple of things where he's been speaking about it. He tried to cover it up, and then I think he confided in Ben Shepherd that he was having problems, and apparently Ben Shepherd sort of said that you need to go and see somebody. And obviously now, when you see him speak now, I mean, it's so sad for a man that relied on his voice and his personality, and obviously that's been taken away from him. And I just think it's cruel. Yeah. The world's a cruel place.
Yeah, it's because here's a character, isn't there? There's nothing you can say about Chris Kamara that is bad, but he's good either, because you just laugh at him, don't you? So
he was in a Ladbrokes down here. This is many years ago. He was in a Ladbrokes, and he stood playing the old slot machine in there. And I remember some bloke going over to him, and he went, "Oh mate," he said, "fucking love you. Can I have your autograph?" And Chris had gone, yeah, no problem. So he gets out, and he starts signing a bit of paper, and this bloke turns around, and here we go. He says to him, "I fucking love all your songs," and he's like, he thought he was fucking Lionel Richie. He gets a bit of paper. He went, "Yeah, thanks."
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
Oh, right, I'm about ready to call this, mate. My dinner's done. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Leicester are going to turn it round now. 3 minutes into injury time.
Well, they're more likely to concede another 3, Dave, than sort of turn it round. So
fucking useless. So anyway, thanks for having me on, mate.
Appreciate you coming, Dave.
That's all right, dude. I'll get you when I get you.
Do you want me to remove you?
Yeah, go on then.
See you later, mate.
Cheers.
And that was oh, it's a pleasure to speak to Dave. So trio rewind on this. So what have we got? Tottenham have finished. So it's Tottenham 3, Nottingham Forest 1, Charlton 1, Accrington 1. Final score: Barnsley 3, Plymouth 0, Tottenham 3, Nottingham Forest 1. In the Championship, Coventry 1, Hull 1. League 1, Exeter 2, Lincoln 1. In the Championship, West Brom 1, Huddersfield 0. League 2, Colchester 0, Stockport 1. There's been a goal. Crawley 3, Harrogate 1. Anthony O'Connor, 90 minutes plus 5. League 2, Crawley 3, Harrogate 1. League 1, Oxford 2, Derby 3. I haven't seen how Pompey are getting on. How are they getting on? I know they were 1-0 down at one point. Premier League, Everton 1, Brentford 0. Portsmouth is still losing against Sheffield Wednesday. But then Wednesday at the top of the league, so not really any surprise there, is it? I've noticed you've not been using Untapped much. Is that me? Do you know, I don't use it. I'm going to be honest. I've got a reason why. I just don't use it. It's not something I never think. If I'm having a beer, I never think, "Oh, I must put it on Untapped." I put the occasional. I can't even tell you what the last one I put on there. I'll have a look. Untapped. All I use Untapped for, and it'll be exactly the same as Wanda, is that she and I, if we're going to anywhere we're going to, we've got 2 or 3 places that we normally hang out at. The fucking hell, what's it called? The Brewers Tap down in Milton. We'll have a look. So we'll have a look at what they've got on, and we'll choose where we're going to go. Because obviously Wanda likes a stout, so it's a case of picking where. Oh, Leicester lost 3-1, so Dave will be happy. Birmingham have won 2-0 against Rotherham. So all I use Untapped for is I'll put in the Brewers Tap, and it'll tell me what they've currently got on, and I can make a decision on where we're going to go. So yeah, don't do a lot of actual tagging and check-ins, not chickens, check-ins, check-ins on Untapped. It's just I don't really bother. The worse they get, the more funny it is to me. Anthony Sanderson from Sheffield. I like this live show. I will watch next Saturday. Well, it probably won't be with me. Well, no. In fact, I know it won't be with me because I'm going to Staggeringly Good's Warehouse Fest. So I might do another one. I quite like the idea of doing the football score things. It's not too bad, is it? But thank you. Well, that was one hell of a bark. Right, I'm going out on a limb with this one. Fuck hell. Loving the show today, almost as entertaining. Cheers, guys. Oh, good laugh while enjoying the bit. Glad you're enjoying it, mate. Did you see he did the ghost on The Masked Singer? Who's that? I've missed something. I don't watch The Masked. I don't watch a lot of normal telly, to be fair. Just reporting into Pompey. Still in added time, 96 minutes and 51 seconds. Portsmouth 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. And they've actually had a player sent off Wednesday. If we can't beat for 10 men. Yeah, don't watch a lot of normal telly. Just watch things on. I'll tell you, we did watch that new Gordon Ramsay thing. Next Level Chef, which was a bit shit. We are watching The Last of Us, which has been really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed Last of Us. But we watch not a lot, really. Anybody watching anything? Anyone give any decent things to watch? What was out for stuff to watch on sort of Netflix and Sky and anything like that? Prime. Elisa 2 tits are. I'm back. I'm guessing I've missed absolutely nothing, especially since Jack. Let's see. There you go. Yeah, but, well, you missed Dave. Cammy is a legend. His documentary was really good. He now just does post commentary on. Yeah, it's when you see someone that's relied on their voice for so many years, Eddie. And I'm quite hard nosed about things, but when you see something like that, it is hard to see. It's and it's sad as well because. It always comes. I still remember him at Fratton Park, the ones we used to do from Pompey from Fratton Park, where he missed the sending off. Probably one of his that we played a game against Reading. I think was it 8-2 or something, 8-3. I can't remember what it was, and he was going absolutely mental. He was just a really fun character and personality, and to see somebody reduced to not really being able to speak, it's sad. He lives in Wakefield. He loves the place. 15 minutes, England 0, France. Oh, I'll turn over. I'll put the I haven't got a clue about rugby, so this will be a laugh. What's it? Is it on channel? Is it BBC One or something? No. Oh, ITV. Right. I've got the rugby on now. Doing a watch along of the rugby. I haven't got a Scooby Doo about rugby, so this. Yes, it's going to be an absolute shit show. So yeah, England 18 minutes in, England 0, France 10. You don't want to the bloody French to me, surely to Christ. Luke says, I'm obsessed with Untapped. I'm a bit of a beer ticker. So now so it's a good place to log all that. So yeah, I log my beer. No, that's not actually true. I was going to say I log my beers on YouTube, but I don't because I don't put everything I drink on camera. Ref's doing this, don't know what that means. Yeah, so I don't know. I was going to say what was the last beer I actually checked in. Oh, that was just Wanda. Scott Wanders World. If anybody wants to follow me on Untapped, Scott Wanders World. I'll get to that. I'll come back to that in a minute. I'm going to do a video on Star Wars. It's been in my head for a little while. So I'll answer that question in the video because I'm going to rank them in least favourite to favourite. Last beer I checked in was the Peanut Butter Milk Stout from Left Handed Brewing Company, which was at the Portcullis Tap House in Portsmouth. And that was I can't know, 17th of December. So yeah, very very rarely do anything, and I don't really know why. I can't be asked, if I'm honest. Favorite Star. Let's go back to favorite Star Wars. So Empire Strikes Back for me, and then you've got a myriad of some watchable or some absolute crap of the Star Wars canon. And yeah, I mean, at the bottom, you're going to have things like Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi, all fighting it out for what's the worst that anyone can put up with on any given day. But yeah, I mean, Empire Strikes Back is head and shoulders over every other Star Wars film for me. I've seen too many good men being reduced to not being able to walk or talk down the lake on Friday. I haven't been hammered in quite a while, to be fair. I can't remember the last time I got absolutely smashed. He's just dropped that. Useless. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. What I like is, because we don't drink in a place like Spoons and that now. We drink generally in sort of tap rooms and that, and it's also nicer. I just find it's a nicer crowd. Generally, a bit older. The beers are slightly more, not slightly more expensive. They are more expensive than sort of your regular Carling and Carlsberg and Foster's shit. So you can't afford to get absolutely off your bonds. But yeah, I like just message your Facebook page. What do you think? It doesn't alert. I do apologise. People that send messages to the Scott and Wanda's World Facebook page, not being rude, it doesn't alert. I turn notifications off. Oh, Jesus Christ. How many beers are there? 1, 2. So this is what I know Guy does a lot on. When we met up with Guy in Pompey a few weeks back, he was checking his stuff in. So this is what Luke's just sent me on Facebook. So his current stash of beer. That just for tonight, Luke. I'll just see what you've got. So you've got some Thornbridge in there. You've got Wild Child. You've got Fierce beer. Siren, a great brewery. You got some Track. Not had any. Have I had Track? I'm sure I've had a Track beer. Never reviewed anything from them. Some bottles at the back. Looks like you got some fairly. I mean, look at Blue Monkey. Blue Monkey, are they Nottingham way? I think. There's some Thornbridge stuff there, but mate. Your stash is bigger than mine. You say. I was going to say it looked like there's some Sam Smith beers. Only problem with drinking is 2 hands, only 1 mouth. So this is nice. This is the BrewDog Blackheart. I put it through the Surger, and that's Guinness Nitro Surge. We've done that because I've drawn the Guinness harp on there. Where are we going? We liked our visit to the brewery. It's our favourite place to go, mate. We had a couple up there last night. I like the friendly nature. I like the friendly nature of the place. We know some people in there now where we'll be going there for a couple of years, and I'm too old to be worried about getting into fights with idiots these days, and sort of, it's just nice to go out, have a few beers with Wanda. She likes it in there as well because it's quite homely, and it's Yeah, it's nice. Ordered some Sam Smith's beers. Yeah, is there some Sam Smith beers in the back? Some of the bottles. Thought I saw some of them at the back. Because that looks like a Sam Smith style bottle. To be fair, I think the only Sam Smith stuff that I've had, I did a live with Dean a couple of years ago, and he provided the beers. We used to do some lives where I'd get the beers or he'd get the beers, and yeah, I still 10-0. French are on the what score again? Actually, they're right on the try line. Is that a word? Try line. Getting about five yards out. He's over. You've got to be over. Touchdown! More impressive than the other pictures. Only managed 2 at Staggering Good. What did you have? Have you tried? You would have had that Ripples, wouldn't you? I wasn't a fan of it. I do. Staggering Good do some really good beers, and with a name like Staggering Good, you really need to be making really good beers. I went to Thornbridge Brewery the other week. I'd like to go to Thornbridge. Thornbridge I don't have a great deal of, but they're a bit like Brewdog for me. You can almost spot a Thornbridge beer a mile out through sort of aroma and flavour. I was expecting the Sam Smith bottle to have a frock on it. What was that about? I mean, that's just screaming attention. I want attention. You all right, mate? He's fast asleep, he is. Hello, Scott. Bought a Nitro set. I think everyone's buying them. Magic Cheese. What a fantastic name. Yeah, everyone's buying them. And you know what? It's genius. It's genius marketing from Diageo, who own Guinness. I mean, I'm looking at the Rugby now. They've got Guinness plastered all around the stadium. Where is it? I think it's at Twickenham. They've got field goal, 17 points to 0. They're genius. Whatever you think of Guinness, whether you think it's okay, if you don't think it's okay, whether you think it's not a stout, whether you think it's rubbish, their marketing is absolutely genius. I bought one of these machines a couple of weeks back, and I saw it. Where did I see it? I saw it first in Aldershot Tesco, and there was loads of them. And I went into Aldershot Tesco the other day, and they'd all almost sold out. So they're selling, and people are picking them up. I like Sam Smith's Nut Stout. Amazing stuff. I can't remember what me and Dean did. I think there was an oatmeal stout. Can't remember. A couple of years ago now. Can't wait to try that Thornbridge bottle at the front of the pick. Is that the red one? Yeah, he's got. Is it that one, Luke? What is it? Mr. Cannon, how are you, mate? Hope you're keeping well. Not a very good result for you today, mate, was it? After last week's highs, become this week's lows. Pardon me? Yeah, all good with all with the gold tops. I mean, I ordered a load, and that's what's in the pit. Yeah, mate. I thought they looked like Samuel Smith bottles. So I've only ever had a couple. So I can't even remember. I'd have to have a look back. Scott and Wanda. Dean's beer reviews. There's probably a few now. We've done loads. I mean, Dean's the nicest man on YouTube. See if I can find what we actually had. Me and Dean have recorded. Well, he's got Francis Carner that me and him reviewed. He'll never put it out. But and I've got what have I got? We re-reviewed Brewdog's Vermont sessions. That'll probably be out sometime next week. It was one of the options on the. Thank you to everybody that took part yesterday. Actually, in the just a little bit of nonsense of joining in the poll for the numbers, and generally I put out the one that won the vote, which was the Nitro Surge versus. I'm still trying to find this live. Samuel Smiths. Oh, it is. No effing and jeffing is what it was called. So if I take a picture of that, we had pure brewed organic lager, oatmeal stout, and an imperial stout. So that one. That one. And that one. I'm going to be honest, I can't remember anything about them. Sod all. Bum, 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 bum. Copy. Oh, bear with me. Right, yeah. So yeah, I'd say I think I've had probably three, but I'll say I can't remember anything about them. It's too bloody long ago. Hello, John. How are you doing? Are you watching Gary Lineker tonight? I don't think anybody is he? The only person that we watching Gary Lineker is him in the mirror. Sam Smith is camper than a row of tents. Battered United 7-0. Then lose 1-0 to Bournemouth. Too inconsistent. I was watching a row between. I spoke about it when you just missed the Blue Van Man. He was on for a bit. Sid. I watched an argument between Gary Neville and Graham Souness, and Gary Neville was calling it a freak result, etc. Oh, England have got a kick. So it's England 0, France 17. England have got a kick. He doesn't look as good as Johnny Wilkinson. Just wait what happens, see what happens here. Respect the kicker. It's a long way out. It's coming back. Field goal. What's that? 3 points. Yeah, and I tend to agree because Liverpool haven't been great this year. So for them to go and whack Man United, who had found a little bit of consistency, and then obviously nulls it up today against Bournemouth, probably sums up Liverpool's season, I would think, Sid, to be fair. So I don't pay a great deal of attention. I went for number 5. I don't know. I'm going to tell you what they are. So there's 2 more in there now. I've got videos I've got sat in private. Let's have a look. I can tell you. Ready to go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually have 8. I only put 5 up because you only have option for 5. I can't remember what number 5 was. Let me see. Let me see these things. Number 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 5 was actually the review with Dean. So that'll come out next week. So, but thank you for everybody that voted. It was it's always nice to get people involved, otherwise you're just fucking talking to yourself. And I could do that, but I don't, I prefer to interact with people. I'm drinking Carling tonight. You enjoy it. I'm not going to criticise or the French have got a kick now. Where are they kicking from? 2T. What's 2T mean? Bending over. No idea about rugby. Not a clue. Some bloke's looking the other way. The Frenchman's kicked it. It's gone between the posty things. A couple of men are running around with their flags up. I think that means he scored. I sent you the link to the Thornbridge beer. Let's have a look. Oh, Jesus Christ, so long, isn't it? I can memorise all that. Necessary Evil, 13%, triple sec, barrel aged, fuck off, stout, £13 a bottle. This limited edition version of Necessary Evil has been aged in triple sec barrels for 8 months. The bold orange character this liqueur is famous for really brings another level to one of our most famous popular stouts. Best served around 10 to 12 degrees, so take out of the fridge for a while before serving. Whilst this beer will age well, there is no time like the present, so we recommend opening and enjoying as soon as possible. ABV is 13%. 13%. Hops are Hallertau Magnum. Malts are Marisotto, Munich Brown, Crystal, Wheat, Chocolate, Oats, and Roasted Barley. You must be over 18 to order this beer. Interesting. Voting for a random number. Piss off. What do you think is general election? Well, if I'm not going to give away the videos that I've recorded. People want nick them. I nick my ideas. I'm a trendsetter, Jack. I set trends. Are you watching the rugby? Well, I am. I have zero clue about rugby. I know there's 37 minutes on the clock. England have 3 points and the French have 20. So I know they're losing. Am I watching the big game tomorrow? I don't know what it is. So, Scott, I had Centaur Wrecker, which I liked. I know Barry wasn't over keen on the Centaur Wrecker. Blackberry, raspberry, apple, toffee, peanut, which was nice. I think even Wanda might. Yeah, I've done that. I can't think if she liked it. I can't remember. But yeah, I've done that. Disturbance in the Fence, Porter. That's with Emperor's Brewing. I've done that as well. And that was nice as well. Really nice on draft. Slightly different in can, actually. But yeah, I liked both of those. But very few staggeringly good beers I don't like. I didn't like the new one they just put out. I didn't do a video on it. I had it on tap. It's called Raspberry Ripple or something, a Raspberry Nipple. I don't really know, but it's not for me. It's a Raspberry Ripple ice cream pale ale, and I just didn't like it. I didn't think I'd like it. It was too sweet. You can't like them all. 2 tries, Scott. Is that what it is? Is it? What's that? 10 points for a try and a kick thing? You know what, mate? I've never got into rugby. Even when Johnny Wilkinson and that won the World Cup back in. Fucking hell, when was that? 2000, is it? It's got to be 20 years ago now, surely. 20. No, it can't be that long. 15 years ago? When did England win the Rugby World Cup? Are we having a guess? I don't know, is the answer. Someone will have to Google that. But I remember even then, it just didn't do anything for me. It's probably a very good game. I know because you've got the two. Is this Union or is this League? I think this is Rugby Union, isn't it? No idea. You're over there? Okay. Okay. Just to check my dog's all right. Scott, you're so effing old. 20 years is just a flash. I'm not that old. I feel old, but I'm not that old yet. How are your girls anyway, mate? How are you doing? It's nice to see you on. I know you've prick. Union, and it's 2003, so I wasn't far off, was I? I wasn't a million miles out. Yeah, it never grabbed. His bollocks over there. It just never grabbed me as a sport. To be fair, has anybody else bought the Guinness Nitro Surge, or have you tried any of the new Tesco beers? I'm recording a video tomorrow on a. I'll tell you. Shall I tell you? I'll tell you. I'm recording a video on a newsletter. Oh yeah, the French have got another touchdown. We're getting hammered here. 976. They all fell asleep. Hence me being on here for. Well, to be fair, we don't do a lot of live streams these days. It's only Wanda's gone to London with Leah and Chantel to see Disney on Ice that I thought I'd kill a couple of hours here. Obviously, I'm looking after Hugo as well. So I thought, I'll come on and do this. And yeah, the live streams, they're funny beasts as well. I'm not. There was a time where they become quite hard work, and obviously got trolls in, and which I don't mind. I don't got a problem being trolled. It don't really bother me. But when you're doing something for a bit of fun and you just get constant abuse, it can become sort of quite draining. Half time, was it? Oh no, it's not half time. He's going to go kick his field goal. Yeah, when you get just constant abuse, it can get quite tiring. So it was like I've dialed back a lot on the content. It's been more this week. That'll probably shut up again next week. There's a little Frenchman's kicked his ball, and it's gone between and they've got the men running with the flags. Yeah, it can be quite hard work, to be fair, and when you only do it for a bit of fun. Looks like we're going to lose this one, so that's 3 tries. Yeah, we're getting hammered, aren't we? Even I can work that out. Half time in the Guinness. 6 Nations, England 3, France 27. That's not good. That's not a good score. We need to start turning it around. Just going to give Guinness a bit of flavour. He likes my new Guinness glass. Made it myself. Good, isn't it? Ant and Dec, they're now on the television talking about. I ever watched Saturday Night Takeaway. Is that still a thing? I didn't even know. I don't think I want that. I'm all Guinness down. I'm just going to grab a beer. Okay. I ain't watched telly for years. Watched very little on normal. Watched very little on actual normal television. So I've watched. Been watching The Last of Us on Sky Atlantic. We watched that Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay, whatever the fuck it was called. Next Level Chef. What the fuck's going on there? Which was all right. We've been going back. This shows. Fuck on the camera. What's happening? What's happening? It made me cry. P.S. Nitro Surge. What's this? Bear with. Yes, I watch very little. Very, very little on normal television. Generally watch Disney. So watching The Mandalorian. Anybody watching The Mandalorian? Interested to know what people's thoughts are on this series of The Mandalorian, and then I'll give mine. But we've was it last year or the year before? Started watching Four in a Bed, Channel 4, the old B&B program, and we've started watching it from the start. So we're only 8 years behind. So if we can't find anything to watch, we'll stick a couple of episodes of Four in a Bed on, which is easy watching, and then you get all the bitchiness around payday and underpaying people and shit like that. Well, it's a fucking ugly, but keeps focusing wrong. See if I can catch it out. No. Anyway, yeah, it's just, I don't know, just weird. So yeah, we don't watch a lot of television, actual normal terrestrial television. What? Sorry. So I just replied to a message. No worries. Yeah, what a twat. Yeah, sorry, I'm just private message from my good friend Dean. I think you'll find that advertising Guinness Zero. Yeah, I did see that, but again, the branding and their marketing of Guinness Nitro Surge, Guinness Zero, anything to do with Guinness from Diageo is fucking phenomenal. For a beer, and this can get me into trouble, that isn't great. I don't dislike Guinness, but it's not a fantastic beer. But their marketing is second to none. It really is. So, and you can't question it really. Any addictive mobile games? I'll tell you what's really annoying me is I went for a stage of playing Sniper 3D, and I completed it fucking ages ago, and they've never put another level on. So I've got that. I've got this Cricket Megastar. I've completed that as well. They haven't put anything else on there. Cricket Megastar. Sad bastard. And then I've got my Candy Crushes, so they keep me busy. So I get all my levels and lives on Candy Crush. And that's it. That's any games I've got. I started playing Virtua Tennis. That's shit. And Rebel Racing. That's shit as well. So, I don't know. Yeah, I need some decent games. If anybody's got any ideas for games, let us know. And obviously Luke as well, because he's the one who asked the question. Depends on what you're playing. Yeah, what you like playing, really. Again, I had a Switch, but Leah nicked it, so don't get to play that. I've got a PlayStation. Leah's got her own PlayStation now that's up in the room upstairs. So the PlayStation 4's been down here, but I keep meaning to re-download The Last of Us because we're watching that, and that's better. Fucking bored of Guinness. Yeah. So, yeah, I can't remember what I was saying. Hello, Craig. How you doing, mate? 3 tree puns are sapping my head now. Piss off. No chance of you outwitting a camera. I like a challenge. I don't get why. Have I done something? Because it's gone like bokeh mode, where it suddenly decided it's now going to start blurring out the background, and I haven't done that. So I'm a bit puzzled to what the actual fuck is going on here. If it could sort of slim me as well, like yeah, it's not working. It's on the base. I'm going to download Candy Crush again, I reckon. Candy Crush is just easy. I've got all 3 of them. I don't think I've actually got Candy Crush. I think it's the only one I haven't got. I've got Soda Crush, Jelly Crush, and unbelievably, because I haven't got any, Candy Crush Friends. You know what, mate? Here you go. Hey, you all right? Excuse me. You okay? You're a good boy. Yeah. Yeah. So for me, it's like eat an hour, eat up an hour of time, sort of Candy Crush, a couple of hours at a time. Then if you get a couple of levels, you get a couple of hours where you get all your lives and all that. So it's just time wasters, really, aren't they? Where you been, Dave? Playing a log? Yeah, I've had. I think was old Speckled Head on the channel. Did I do that as one of the back in time beers? Fucked if I can remember. I think I did. What's he doing? You right? You all right, pal? I'm into ESO at the moment on PS4. To be fair, I haven't played anything on my PS4 for ages. I think the last game that the last game I put any time into would have been Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm assuming we're going to get. I've just seen Thomas's comment. I can't say that. It's probably been demonetised anyway, but, you know, if I get to that sort of word, then we're all in trouble. I like me and Wanda like the Lego games, actually. We like playing. We've got that new Skywalker on this one. This one. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the camera angles. I don't. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the camera angles on it. They've played around with the camera angles on that, and it just doesn't work for me. He's fucking licking his bollocks. Oh yeah, mate. Pissed off. Leeds haven't won again. Second bottom on the beer. Fuck. Yeah, I was watching doing when the scores were coming in. Mark, you played Brighton. I think you were playing today. Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, looking at I had Dave on with me a bit earlier. And looking at the table, a couple of wins, and that all changes. It's really, I didn't realise how tight it was at the bottom of the Premier League. So I don't think all's lost, mate. Just tried Nitro Surge versus Blackheart, and it worked quite well. My video's out tomorrow. But I agree. Do agree. But did you do it properly? Did you do the pot? That's a fucking... Yes, I'll tell you, they get really arsey. The old Guinness lot. Oh, you haven't got that at the right fucking angle. Whatever, no one died. What's your favourite word? I like two words together. Southampton nil is my favourite two words together. No beer yet. Be sorting out bits and pieces. Just grinding some coffee for now. Yeah, I've had I had a can of Blackheart. What are you doing? And then I had some Guinness. I want Guinness out in a minute. You know, I had to buy 4 with a bloody surger. Never enjoyed the league. Some of them, Ian, get to your comment. Well done. Got it right. Never enjoyed any of the Lego games. Some of them are really good. A couple of the Avengers games, the Marvel games are quite good. A couple of the Star Wars games are quite good. Harry Potter and the Pirates, the Caribbean games are quite good. That one, that Skywalker saga, I don't, and even Wanda, because Wanda bought it me for Christmas. And she came in and I was playing it. And she was looking at it, because we like to play sort of 2-player. And she's like, what's going on with the camera angles? You're right. You know what's that? Oh, you can't be tired. You've been asleep all day. You can't be tired. You right? Good boy. It's not Scott. Okay. What do you want? You need to go wee. I can't play ball, can I? I've been, Brett says, I've been playing through The Last of Us recently as I've been enjoying the show. Right, I'm trying to give a word out here. Did you play the game before, or are you playing it because of the program? I played the game when it first came out. I think it was on the PS3 to begin with, and really enjoyed it. And I've really liked. The only thing that I would have one criticism of the program, The Last of Us, is there hasn't been enough of the zombies in it for me. I thought this week's episode was superb. All right, here you go. And it's easily one of the best television adaptations of any. To make sure he's not going to eat a hole in my sofa. Any adaptation of any computer game that's ever been made, I think it's fantastic. Yeah, well done. I think if I hadn't done that, I got fucking pelters. But yeah, my video, I recorded it this afternoon. It'll be out tomorrow. Brad, I've started on The Last of Us. Haven't started on Last of Us. Might start next week. Only working 3.5 days at the moment. The program's really good. They've done a. Excuse me. No, off. There. Yeah, they've done a really good job of with Pedro Pascal, who I know that they had to get a special dispensation from Disney, actually, because obviously he's in The Mandalorian as well, and they had to get special dispensation for him to actually be even in The Last of Us. Obviously, there's similarities between the Mandalorian character and Joel, because he's both looking after sort of children in sort of different circumstances. Here you go. But yeah, I think I haven't been a massive fan of this season. I know Adam's a huge Star Wars fan. I'd be interested to know what he's thought of this series of The Mandalorian. I haven't liked it. I haven't liked it. Out to join the club of drinks, whiskey and I'm not a fan of. I didn't mind Jack Daniels back in the day, but I'm not a spirits fan. In all honesty, it's not something that I've ever really gravitated towards, if I'm honest. The only Star Wars game I own is Battlefront 2 for PS4. I really want them to do a proper Star Wars universe game, map as big as Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that would be fantastic. Just keep an eye on him. I think that would be awesome. An open world, pick whatever planet. What you got? You got your ball? Ready? Steady. Go on then. Yeah, I think if they could pick, that would be fantastic. Because, all right, come on then. Oh, there's ball now. I think that'd be fantastic, and I'm surprised no one's actually got round to it. I'm surprised Rockstar haven't picked that up or done something with that, because that would be awesome, absolutely awesome. I completely agree. Pick a country. Can't be any country in the UK. Somalia. Like you, I played it when it first came out. Just thought I would replay it, and I completely agree. We need more clickers. The clickers that they or the one clicker they did in the series was really good. I'm looking at the finale next week. It looks like there'll be more in there, but yeah, and I think they did the zombies really well, because they're fucking lunatics. We just haven't seen enough of them. What's wrong, pal? Give me the ball then. Get on. Come here then. What? Well, it's only 2 episodes in. The first episode was slow, but really enjoyed episode 2. I haven't enjoyed it. I haven't enjoyed it. The first episode. Ready? Go ahead. I just thought it ended really abruptly, and it was. And then this week's, I enjoyed this week's episode, but it was the same story told twice, really. Where Mando and Grogu go into the mines. Then obviously Mando ends up in peril, so he tells Grogu to go and get Bo-Katan. She does exactly the same, and then he makes a stupid comment of, "Well, how did you get here?" He's like, "You fucking sent him. You fucking sent him to go and get her. It's not difficult, was it? You know, right? Well, but yeah, it's just even what I said to Wanda about it. She's like, "Yeah, and it's a fact. I'm just hoping it picks up." Obviously, you feel differently, and it's absolutely fine. What are you drinking? Looks like a wheat beer. I'm on Franciscana. Hello, Rory. How are you? I'm very well, mate. Thank you. I've not watched any of the Star Wars series. I haven't got Disney Plus. Boba Fett was rubbish. Mandalorian has been really good. I didn't mind Kenobi. I thought Kenobi was decent enough. What else have we had? Mandalorian, Kenobi. I'll probably miss it. The Bad Batch has been quite good as well. Oh yeah, do they have is it Traveller's Tales? I don't know. I don't know. Right, so I can't pick it up as Disney have their own crap game studio. Says it all, doesn't it? In rugby news, we're still shit. I think Hugo wants to go for a walk where he can bloody well wait. You can wait a bit. I don't get dictated to by him. Where's your ball? Where's your ball? Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Gotta get it. You got it? Yeah, there you go. Bearded. There you go. Have it. Oh, shit, I'm good, me. I'm off getting a shower. Catch you. I might still be here, mate. I don't know how long I'm going to go for. I haven't decided yet. Well, I've done almost 3 hours now. At some point, you're all going to get bored. I'm going to get bored, and I'll just shut it down. Where's the ball? Where is it? Where's it gone? I have liked all of them. The Bad Batch has been slow with the overall storyline. They seem to be doing a bad guy. I thought that as well. It's not been. I thought the first series was better than this series. To be fair, I'm about 4 or 5 episodes behind on Bad Batch this series. I lost a little bit of interest with it. I liked it last year when they had the sniper guy, whatever his name is. He was the sort of the baddie. But yeah, wouldn't be a long enough lead for Scott. It's a try for England, and now he's going to go for his field goal. And the little men are waving their flags to to say that he's scored. I don't fucking know. I've got a fucking clue, mate. No clue about rugby in any way, shape, or form. So was it England 10, France 27? First, I don't know, one try and 3 tries. That's what I wondered what those numbers were at the top of the screen. I ain't got a clue. Got a clue. So we need another 2 tries to get it even anywhere closer. Okay. That's gone. So you whop that. It does look very interesting as a game. I prefer boxing. Obviously, Alexander Usyk. You right? A chicken nugget. Obviously, Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury have decided. Well, Tyson Fury has decided that he's going to give him 30% of the purse, which is very generous of him, isn't it? I don't get it. I don't get why, for a man that sort of screams that he's all about legacy and he's making it all about money, and the way that Tyson Fury's handled the negotiation for this fight, has been it's been disgraceful. In all honesty, I think it's been horrendous. What you got? I just don't. I don't agree with it. So we got someone's come on, someone's gone off. Donovan, I'm not going to get that name right. Luckily, they got rid of it very quickly. Otherwise, I would have butchered that. Shop England kit. How much of rugby kits they do? Are rugby kits as expensive as football kits? I know, because if you want a football kit from a Premier League team now, it's like £100, isn't it? If you want the whole lot, it's scandalous. It really is. Pardon me. So we've got 14 people watching. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me on this Saturday evening. How are you? Where are you all from? And what are you drinking? Have you got a beer in your hand? If you have a beer in your hand, what is it? What are you drinking? Do you watch Car SOS? No. What's that about? I'll tell you, I'm sure it's about putting cars back together, I assume. Can't even put mine back together, mate, let alone watch anybody else. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever seen it. Is it any good? What channels is it on? Is it on terrestrial TV, guy? Because if it is, I don't. Yeah, I'm going to have missed it. You're not in that ball, are you? Bugger. Yeah, I'm not really into terrestrial. Anybody got any thoughts on the Usyk Fury fight? How they think it's going to turn out? How it's going to go? 51 minutes. England 10, France 27. Don't see them pulling this back, to be fair. Drinking a DC Brow IPA. I got a little bit IPA'd out, if I'm honest. It just over Christmas I didn't feel very well. I had that horrendous flu that was going around, and since then I much prefer to have a Vice beer or something like that that's not gonna bloat me out so much as an IPA will. I've got some stuff in the fridge, but yeah, it's weird. It's weird. You go through stages of what you fancy, and obviously, yeah, I'd much prefer to drink a Franziskaner or a Schneider Weiss or something like that than a hopped up fucking juice bomb at the moment. A bit New England out. There's not enough West Coasts. We went down to Leah started doing some drama, a local production thing. We ended up at a place I haven't been in years. A place called, I think you went there, Guy. Actually, went to the Vaults, and in there, so I'm in an hour in what I was going to have, and in the end, I had a pint of Weihenstephaner, but I had my pint, and then went round the other bar, and if I'd have seen it, I was kicking myself. Well, Weihenstephaner is a very nice beer, but I was kicking myself because they had Oregon Trail in the fridge, and if I'd have seen that, I would have been all over Oregon Trail by Elusive Brewing, because it's a fucking brilliant beer. I mean, if you like a West Coast IPA, that for me is the finest UK West Coast I've ever had. I haven't had that many, but it's certainly the best I've had. Anthony Price, how are you? Just driven back from Southwest, found a small beer shop, so now drinking Departure Lounge by Phantom Brewing. Phantom Brewing in Reading do some very good beers. Their sales manager, a guy called Paul Judd, used to work for Staggeringly Good. Lovely, lovely man is Paul. And you're not going to go far wrong with anything from Phantom Brewing. It's a brewery I need to get to be fair. They've done they do a lot of collabs with places in Pompey because of Paul's connections in Portsmouth. So yeah, I'm assuming that's going to be pretty good, to be fair. Anthony, hello, what are you doing? Oi. Excuse me. Hey, give me the ball. I'm not a snake. Give me the ball then. Give me the ball. Ready? Now this way. Go on. Sorry. I didn't. Just waiting for a coffee to brew, then having Future Sky. That's in. Is that an Asda beer? I'm sure I've had that. I think I called it Quite Forgettable which would sum up because I can't remember anything about it. Ready? Steady. Go on in. Yeah, I have had Future Skies, but I can't remember anything about it, Adam. Oh, sorry. Okay. Shh. Didn't mean to. You came in too close. You okay? Visible. Come on in. It's where Tim and Fuzz put an old cast from. Oh, okay. Visible. Go on in. I tend to drink darker beers in the winter and IPAs in the summer. Yeah, I'd say I've got a little bit IPA'd out a little bit, to be fair. This is Hugo. Say hello. Hello. What are you doing? You can't eat that. It's not allowed. Not allowed. I don't think you should be having it. What are you doing? Okay. You ready? You ready? Get down then. You're down. I can't throw it if you keep. Right. Ready? Steady. Go on in. Elusive are smashing it right now. That Janet's brown ale was probably one of the best American browns. I've not had the brown ale. I work not far from Elusive, so I sometimes on my way back through on a Friday afternoon. Hey-oh! Is it gone? I stop in at their tap room and pick some beers up. I haven't done it for a little while, but I've had probably 8 or 9 of their beers, and I think it's only one or two I haven't been that great with, because most of their stuff is pretty bloody decent. And I know Andy's won a load of awards. Their owner, and just a very, very consistent brewery for me. We did go to the beer vault in Pompey. We had a couple of Omnipolo. I remember you saying about the Omnipolo beers. Will you be taking your hand home brewing again? I probably will. The reason I haven't is it's a convoluted story. Basically, the spare room where all the kit is has been topped up with shit. Where Chantel moved back in, and then she's had a room done out. So there's 2 beds in there, just stacked up, and all her clothes are in there because that room was being done out. So for about 6 months or so, because my perfect draft's up there, and everything's in the back bedroom, and I just haven't been able to get to everything. So now that that's all been sorted out, I might look at brewing another. Obviously, the last one went tremendously well, but I might look at doing another one. I just need to think. I'd like to do something West Coasty, but I want to do it properly. So I'll have to have a look at. Obviously, I overcarbonated the last one horrendously. So I need to have a look at it and have a decide what I want to do. I might reach out to some people. I know Kev's in the chat. How you doing, Kev? Hope your dad's all right, mate. And just reach out to Kev and sort of just because I want to do it properly, not one of these. I did the Punk IPA box thing, and yeah, I want to do it properly. So maybe. I was wanting for the dog to throw the toy and have Scott chase after it. That ain't happening. France have just scored again. Yeah, so it's England 10, France 34. Yeah, it's a solid brew. We'll definitely be buying more Phantom Brewing. I've had a couple. I think I did one with a clown on it. It was brewed in conjunction with the sad fact that our bottle shop in Pompey's just gone. The Beer Musketeer. So Phantom Brewing did a collab with Jason of the Beer Musketeer. I can't remember what it was called, but that was nice. They've done a collab with the Portcullis tap room up the road. That was nice as well. They've done some really good beers. Hugo's an absolute star. He's a good dog, mate. He's all right. He's very well behaved, apart from when he chewed a hole in the sofa. But yeah, he's good. Yeah, Andy won a load of home brewing awards as well. I did hear that, and obviously, I think people were sort of saying to him to get involved in the brewery scene, and that's what sort of spurred him on to open Elusive. Elusive, I mean, for people that don't know, Elusive is you can spit and hit siren from Elusive's brewery in Finchampstead in Reading, Berkshire area, and it's only a little tap room, but he's making some fantastic beers out of that place. Yeah, comedically. Brian brewing comedically, commercially. Be good to do another home brew. Yeah, it's just it's finding time for stuff as well. What are you eating? It's obviously I've got a full-time job as well, and looking after Wanda and making sure the girls are all right, etc. So it's finding the time for the other bits and pieces as well. So yeah, I will message you an update. Yeah, please do, mate. It's always shit to hear when people are having a rough time. It's just not very nice, is it? Anybody had any decent beer? What's your favourite beer you've had this year? Interesting one. My favourite beer I've had this year. I've not had that much. I've really cut down. And I didn't drink heavily as it was. I just got bored. I got a little bit bored of beer for a little while, and decided I was going to sort of do something slightly different and not drink so much. And I feel a lot better for it. I've had a few more this week, and then obviously we're going on a mini honeymoon. He does. That's why. Okay. All right. Just let us know, Kev. Yeah, just took a little bit of a change, to be fair, and wanted to do something a little bit different. Didn't want to. I got myself into a rut with the channel, if I'm honest, where putting videos out every night and every day, and I wasn't enjoying it. Wanda wasn't enjoying it. There's been a lot of hassle that goes on behind the scenes, and it just became not fun anymore. So I since Christmas, I took the decision not to put as much content out and just enjoy doing the stuff that I want to do now. And I'm a lot happier for it, because I was getting abused left, right, and centre, and I don't need it. You know, I'll create my own, to be fair. I was going to try the brand new Broken Skull Double IPA, but a little busy at the moment. I'd like to try that. Whether it'll ever come over here, God only knows, mate, to be fair. But I like, one of my favourite beers ever was Broken Skull IPA. So thank you for that. Not that it was the best beer I've ever had, but the meaning to me, obviously I've been a massive Steve Austin fan for years, and obviously that beer raised a lot of money for Great Ormond Street as well. So there was all sorts of meaning behind that beer, and it was a good beer. It's also a very, very good beer. Probably better West Coast style IPAs out there, but I say for the sentiment that it meant to me, probably my favourite beer I've ever had on this channel, and probably away from the channel as well. And I'd like to try at some point the double IPA. Best beer in 2023 was Church of Smug Life by Northern Monk, another half, one of my top 10 hazy beers of all time. What was that one you boys could do with a little churching up from what's the fucking name of the brewery? On the tip of my tongue. Someone, Adam will probably tell me. From what's the fucking brewery name? Sure Shop Brewery. I had that in the brew. That was really good. That's probably up there with one of my favourite beers this year. Absolutely cracking. I think we all know that time just disappears. I'd love to have a go at brewing, just like you. Not enough time in the day. It's. I tell you what, it's bloody stressful. It's bloody stressful as well. Obviously, my bottle lid I think might come down at some point, but it is stressful. And I didn't realise it. I thought it just looks easy, doesn't it? It's all about you got all this timing going on, temperature control, all this bollocks, and you do get a bigger appreciation of what actually goes into beer, and it makes you appreciate it more. In all honesty, I think it certainly made me appreciate it more. I mean, obviously, I can talk bollocks about beer, pick a few flavours and sort of bits out here and there. But when you've got a further appreciation of how beer is actually made, what can go wrong, it's quite interesting, to be fair. Adam says Broken Skull double IPA is coming over via Brew Cavern, but it's going to be expensive, probably £14 or £15 a can. I best not tell Wanda. I'll just say it was sent. I will get one. I've still got one of the cans actually. I've got the can. It's up in the back bedroom. I was thinking about doing an all-in-one review. The Broken Skull lager. I'm not interested in the lager. I know Barry did it, and that's never bothered me. The IPA that I am interested in the double IPA. What is it? 8%. The double IPA. Yeah, I would be interested in that one. I've got to be honest. I found beers made with brewed with Kvike yeast this year, and they've been. I like a Kvike IPA. They give it something a little bit different. I think you can pick Kvike yeast out from a mile, one thing I do find with them is I can't have too many of them because they give me heartburn. I managed to find that and have it. Is that the Broken Skull? Decent beer. Haven't had that Sure Shot one. It's on the list. I'd say it was in the Brewer's Tap, Adam. Really, really good. I really liked it. Don't get much Sure Shot stuff down here. They're Manchester. Sure, they're Manchester way, aren't they? Who did their brewer used to work? Was it Vocation their brewer worked for? I'm gonna have got that wrong. I do remember that he worked for somebody, but I can't remember who. Omnipollo have a church in Sweden. Fucking imagine going to church and getting hammered. Got Fiddens can from New York, but saving it to share with a mate next week. Sounds nice. Double IPA is 8%. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I'll take you for a walk soon, yeah? He just fucking ears are pricked up, aren't they? Shithouse. Okay, Mummy's ready to go. Chat with you soon. Kev, you got my number, mate. Just keep me updated on your dad, mate. Love to your family. Yeah, don't get a lot of Sure Shot down here. And then obviously it's not the breweries that are closing. We lost Unity in Southampton 2 or 3 weeks ago. I know Boxcar went, didn't they? Or they went into administration. It's carnage, absolute carnage. In a lot of breweries. I don't think a lot of breweries have helped themselves. But yeah, it's hard for a lot of these places. It was Cloudwater. Yeah, and Vocation. Yeah, I knew it was, I couldn't remember which one it was. Cloudwater and Vocation he worked for, centre of Manchester. Haven't been to the tap yet. Go next month. I remember the first I heard of Sure Shot. Didn't they do? Was it called 13-mile round trip or 15-mile round trip or something? And it went into Tesco on one of the drops a couple of years back, maybe a year or so ago. I can't remember what it was now, but. And I remember it was a dig that people were having to drive to all these Tesco to get these beers, and I thought that was a decent beer, very hoppy. And that you boys need a little bit of churching up. That's really hoppy as well, but a really really nice beer. I think I sent a picture to Dean actually. What do you ever think? Have a look because it had a great. Blues Brothers themed can. Let's see if I can find it. Ba-da-ba-bow. Putty. Maybe I didn't send it to him then. I thought I did. Unless it was before then. Little donkey. I thought I sent him a picture of it, but I obviously haven't. Yeah. No. 30-mile round trip. That's it. I remember now. Yeah. Brewed with Vocation. Yeah, that was all right. That wasn't a bad beer, mate. I remember. I mean, that's the saddest part, and we can go into the whys and wherefores of Tesco and Morrison's and all that, and are they good for craft beer, etc., etc., etc. The disappointment for me in this latest range of Tesco drop is the lack of variation in breweries. So you've got 3 from Brewdog. I think you've got 3. Yeah, 3 from Northern Monk, 4 from Northern Monk, and there's nothing new from Vocation. I know they had the Imperial Mint Chocolate Stout not long ago, but it's the lack of variety. I firmly believe that the craft beer boom in the supermarket's gone. I think it's ended. It's finished. I think that day's done. We'll have bits and pieces here and there, but I think the boom time of 3 years ago is parted now, and I think that obviously now Tesco's have gone and dropped theirs. I assume that Morrison's aren't going to be that far behind. They tend not to be. So here's what it is. Love the Blues Brothers, so hence why on the list. I had Sure Shot's Imperial Stout last night, which is a track collab. I think I've had one track beer that was down at the our local tap room, and that was very, very decent. You're a bit fed up, mate. Shall I give you about 20 minutes and we'll take you for a walk? It was nice, but not outstanding. Supermarket beers are loss leaders. Most breweries can't afford to do that right now. I think that's a very fair point. I think it's a really fair point. And obviously, these breweries that put these beers in, they're making at most 10p a can, I would think. Maybe 5 to 10p a can. And you're absolutely right. The industries are such a fucking mess at the moment. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Hello, Christopher. How you doing, mate? Just got back drinking Franciscana Voice beer. Snap. You can't, for me. You can go to Morrison's and get four bottles for £6. Can't go wrong, can you? So what's everybody else drinking? Anybody on anything exciting? What can I put through the Guinness surger? My head. Can I get my head through it? Cheers, Guy. Love to carry, and we'll catch up with you soon, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Also appreciated. I'm going to give it about another 20 minutes, I think, and then I'm going to go and take Hugo for a walk, make sure he's okay, because he's looking a bit fed up. Maybe he's just fed up of me. But Spice and Easy are live at 8 o'clock tonight. It's their it's their birthday bash. So go and give Spice and Easy some love. Really nice channel. Nice people. France have scored again. We're getting absolutely dicked here. What's that? 46-10. Jesus Christ. Exactly where I got them from. We're on a 4-for-3 range, right? And I think that's why I got a bit uppity about the putty, the triple putty, where they originally you get to buy 4 cans of it, and to get it delivered is 44 quid. And it's like I could buy about 80 bottles of that. Get 80 bottles for 40 quid of Franciscana. It's just fucking yeah. No wonder why. And you can't tell me it's that expensive to make. Could you actually put straight coffee? I don't think I have any beer. You don't have any beer in the house? Shit house. I'm going to eat my dinner. See you later in case you're gone. Cheers, Adam. Thank you so much for stopping by, mate. Really appreciate it. So I might give it another 10 minutes, actually, because I want to go and make sure Hugo's all right. Spend some time with him. That'd be 3.5 hours. That's enough, isn't it? That's enough. You can't have too much. Tomorrow, we've got the Guinness Surge Nitro Stout versus Brewdog's Black Heart via the Nitro Stout. Done properly. Not poured like a knobhead. All coming tomorrow. Because I poured the last one like a complete knobhead. So, yeah, that should be quite interesting. Well, I know it is because I've recorded it already. We've got, what else have we got coming up? We've got the new, the Northern Monk, what's it called? Hot cross bun beer. That was all right. That's coming out. We've got loads of bits and pieces, to be fair. Ed, how are you, mate? How are you doing? How are you keeping? What have you been up to? Yeah, you on the beer? Are you drinking anything tonight? I don't watch a lot of rugby, but England are getting absolutely fucking battered here. Is this usual? Is this usually what happens? It's not something I watch a great deal of, in all honesty. A little man running along the line with his flag. Fucking clue. I've got a clue. See if I've got anything from my wife. Find out where she is. Whereabouts they are within the hemisphere. Ed's okay. He might have one or two. Yeah, I'm gonna have. I bought a load of beer, but I haven't bothered to have it. If I'm honest, fucking have they scored another one? Jesus Christ, 53-10. I don't think I've ever seen England get. I don't watch a lot of rugby, but I don't think I've ever seen them get absolutely tonked like this. Is this like what's their record defeat? Because they look like they might be heading for it now. To be fair, heading now. To be fair, because they're getting absolutely smashed. I obviously got the field goal. I know it's not a field goal. The touchdown. Touchdown! So what's that going to be? 50. How much does the little kick thing? Is that 5? quite a way out. Me. Got an awkward angle, 2 or 3. Go on. Well, kick it there, mate. All fucking day. No, he's missed that. So 53-10 to France. We've had better days. There's a field goal now. Who fucking knows? Fucking field goal, touchdown. It's all the same shit in it. No one cares. Just pushed him over. Surprised he hasn't fucking applied. Oh, you've hurt my feelings. Oh, he's decided he wants to swap shirts. Give that a good belt. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and take Hugo for a walk, and then I might do another hour's live. If anybody wants another hour, gauge in the comments if anybody's after wants another hour. But put yes or no or fuck off. You fat bastards! I don't care. Don't take offence to anything. It's called a conversation, and it's worth 2 points. A conversion. I knew that. How you doing, mate? Sorry, dog talking. Can you not live stream the walk? No. No, Hugo's taking you. I ain't live streaming the walk in a park. I think that's sad. I'm surprised England fans haven't started walking out. They're probably all chained to the bloody chairs, and they're probably not allowed out. What I like about this is the I do like about rugby is the respect that the referees get. I think it's good to see. Obviously, the refs in football are fucking useless. Right, I'm gonna take my friend here. Him. Hugo. Should we go for a walk? Should we go for a walk? Yeah? Come here then. Should I take you for a walk? Yeah. Say, see you in a bit. Yeah, Right. I'm gonna go and I'll take you for a walk. I'll be back in about half hour. See you in a bit. Go live, get Amber before Wanda gets back. Give me about half hour, and I'll start another one. My dog just heard a walk, so off I go. Vicky's taking her mum to the supermarket, so I'm in the same boat. Right, give me about half hour. I'm going to stop this stream, and I'll restart once I've got my muggins here out and sort of sorted. Back in a bit.